In the last episode, our last session, our intrepid bunch of adventurers known as the Shattered Lance, having made their way into the hidden Bloodhunter fortress. In the last episode, our last session, are located within Kryptgarden forest. Helped. I've already lost my words. This is going to be a really great session. I'm just going to say, you're all dead. So no, our band of adventurers helped the training area, Bloodhunter training area, in recovering some Draken crystals from a nearby cave, guarded by some ancient elemental guardians, which were very, very easily charmed and ignored. Stealing the crystals, running back, and then reinforcing the barrier that protects Draken Keep. After doing so, the party were informed that the Bloodhunters' scouts had gone out and found what they thought to believe the source of this wave of undead plaguing the forest and the surrounding countryside as well. Speaking to the Bloodhunter leader, man in charge of this area, you learned that this, as I said, was only a small training barracks designed for training new recruits and scouts, but also put there in order to safeguard the area from an ancient foe once felled hundreds and hundreds of years ago by the very first founders of the Bloodhunter Order. A powerful lich by the name of Horin Shisnar was defeated and entombed under Kryptgarden forest. His ancient ziggurats plunged deep beneath the earth and sealed away. However, some strange event, I don't know, the releasing of a Draco Lich may have caused something to do with it, but you're not 100% sure, has awakened this and has shaken the bonds and awakened this ancient menace, and who appears to be plaguing the countryside now. Our group, aided with a small team of Vala's Bloodhunter scouts, tracked down and located the entrance to the underground cavern system where the ziggurat was submerged underground. After traversing down deep into the earth for a little while, it came across a large open cavern system. In the cavern you saw this huge steeped pyramid, this large ziggurat of dark obsidian glass-like materials, apparently sealed off, with two heavy front doors at the front. Upon trying to scout out and open up one of the doors, unfortunately one of Vala's scouts was electrified and turned into a charred husk, thus giving the idea that the door probably wasn't the best way to go. Flanking the ziggurat on either side, we had two large, what looks to be watchtowers, mage towers, with large glowing bluish crystals hovering above the top, seemingly illuminating the cavern. The mages of the group determined that these crystals were emitting a strong source of energy, probably powering some of the magics within the temple, within the cavern system, and probably a lot of the defensive wards. As such, the Bloodhunters and Shattered Lance decided to split up, one heading to one tower, one heading to the other. A band of adventurers, accompanied by Johanna, breached the first level of the mage tower, slaying several mages, wights, skeletons, and other undead foes within, and now have the task of journeying up this mysterious tower in order to destroy the source of energy powering these wards and protective barriers, with the aim to get inside the ziggurat. And that is where we left off. So where we are now is you guys are just in the bottom of the first watchtower, having slain many undead creatures that seem to be that now litter the ground around you. What do you want to do?
Run away.
Loot the bodies of the mages to see if they have anything that might give us a clue as to how the wards work.
Okay, roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Can I hear anything from the bottom of the steps? Can you tell if there's anything upstairs?
Okay, so you've got this. So just to the south of you, Temerity, you've got stairs leading upwards, and to the north of you, just to the top, you have stairs leading downwards. If you give me a perception check, please. Hasai, you have a quick route around on the skeletal mages' bodies. They don't really have anything on them. Each of them were carrying small, not quite staffs, more like rods. These rods had tiny small crystals in the top that glowed, again with a similar bluish energy. But as the mages died, the energy within and the lights within these crystals have dimmed to nothing.
Right.
So you can't. These were once magical items, but whatever was powering them, you can't tell. It could have been the crystals above. It could have been the mages' innate magic themselves. You're not too sure.
Okay. I'll take one in case, because for all I know, it might be a key.
Okay. So you gained one inert rod.
Okay.
Temerity, as you have a kind of listen up towards the stairs. It's you don't hear anything in particular. The odd footsteps, maybe. Sometimes footsteps, sometimes a bit of a shuffle, but it's muffled. And again, you kind of get the same sense as in this entire area, in this obsidian watchtower that you stand in. But if you remember from the last session, the darkness and shadows seem to close in around you, and it almost seems to be affecting what you can hear as well. It's almost like your senses are dulled in this area.
Okay.
But
So
there is something up there moving around.
Footsteps and shuffling, pretty like the zombies and skeletons that we fought so far, basically.
Probably yes.
More the same.
Yeah.
Where is the way up?
So the way up is the southern staircase.
So
You can't see.
here.
No, that's there.
Right, okay.
Since we're on like a stealth mission, is it worth moving the bodies into a corner or something, just so they're not in the middle of the, entranceway, or is it not really important?
Johanna pipes up. To be honest, if I know mages like I know mages, I have a feeling they probably know we're here. I get the feeling
Okay.
they've probably got these doors warded or censored or something like that.
Is it mine?
Cool.
I think
Imagine-
Let's run fast then.
we should pass through here with haste. The
Yeah.
longer we wait, the longer they have to prepare. Sai, yes?
Are there stairs going down to the north?
Yes, there are a set of stairs going down.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So, whilst we know there's things above, we potentially need to go down as well. But I think for now, up.
We need to deactivate that thing at the top, don't we?
Well,
And presumably we need to time it, for when the other team do it as well.
well,
So maybe we...
Temerity has already gone up.
Temerity's heading up the
Doesn't
stairs.
surprise me.
Okay,
Let's
rid of
go.
that for now. So,
I'm controlling the lights. So if you tell me how far behind you want the lights, I will put them there.
Oh, jeez.
What's the radius on them?
10 feet.
15 feet.
They're dull lights. That's why I've got 4 as opposed to the 20-foot light spell. These ones are about 10-foot radius.
so Aishi's going to move up alongside and move up behind Temerity as well. Put there.
Yeah, 2 L's going as well.
Grimble and Johanna kind of follows up as well, her mace shining. Grimble kind of comes through the first area and gets to the door that you all just walk through normally, and he's...
And that's how he gets written out.
He just starts clawing at the wall. You can
Try
almost...
going through sideways.
Shrinks down, and the form of Grimble appears. Oh no, he doesn't. He just looks at his paw. and suddenly he shrinks down to a quarter of the size of a bear. Urgh. Looking quite pleased with himself, he just totters through.
It's a drop bear.
And Kindar brings up the rear. Hey. Okay, so Temerity, as you kind of peek your head round the corner, and
I should have told you I was rolling a stealth check. I didn't know.
you can roll a stealth check. It doesn't make a difference, unfortunately.
Yeah, I figured.
So Temerity, I will move you guys in a second. It's just unfortunately with the way the tower map works, it's a bit of a pain. So Temerity, as you kind of round the corner, you see the source of the shuffling and footsteps that you heard before. As you turn around the corner, and you just see a wight patrolling the area. It kind of looks at you, kind of just turns to look at you, and draws its sword. So at this point, you are going to roll initiative. I'll let you all roll it, and I'll keep this turn order for the rest of the day. Now you're going to have to give me like half an hour to roll all of these initiatives, so bear with me. You.
So, go.
Remember, you get initiative. You get advantage, so I don't know how you want to roll it. If you roll it twice, I just manually do the highest one.
I rolled twice, and it just took the second one, which was higher, so
That's right.
that works.
Ignore all the monster initiatives. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Pill up you. Where are you? You're there. Roll that.
There
Open
we go.
you. I've lost you. Where, how do I lose a gnome? Oh, there you are. Into your lights. Sorry, I saw you moving your light. Roll that. Do this. Okay, now open up another 17 sheets. This is. I can slowly see Chrome going, RAM! Give me more RAM! As I open more and more tabs. So I need him. So for those of you watching at home, unfortunately 50% of the player base is not here today. Therefore is being NPC'd by me. And
Only 50%.
only 50% of the party didn't turn up, which is amazingly useful.
I'm not gonna lie, it kind of feels like a good day for us, though.
Yeah.
I've lost it. There you are. Do that. Do that. There we go. Okay. Oh my god, that's a lot of initiatives. I think that's done. We'll soon find out. So let's do a descending order.
Yes, first one.
So, okay. So, we have initiative. So, Temerity, you're the one who's noticed this at the moment. So you've seen you turn the corner and you see this wight, and as you round the corner, he draws a long sword and just looks at, and one of the and it starts to glow with a pale green, sickly light. What does Ferris want to do?
Temerity just whistles and points at the wight, and Ferris just comes around the corner and charges at him.
Make your attack.
Oh shit.
You tried. I don't think that hits. Nope, unfortunately that is a miss.
Oh. It's alright, next time.
Next time.
You can't all have natural 20s every turn.
No, not like your last session. Aishi, hearing the whistle and you point. Wasn't sure if you were directing Ferris or him, and he charges. Runs around the corner, sees the wight, and he just does what Aishi does and goes ham. And goes one punch. He goes one punch man. Oh, goes one punch man.
Maybe not.
No. Yay!
There he
Eventually
is.
hits, dealing 9 points of bludgeoning damage. As he just wight just dodges and weaves. He's been watching Rocky too much, and the last one uppercuts him, and you can just see his head just kind of tilts out of position a little bit. He pulls it back down. A sigh. Right now, all you've heard is bang. You're muted. You're muted!
I will rush and try to see what's going on.
Okay, so in terms of movement, it takes you about 20 foot of movement to get to there. You're on the far right of the map now. So just so you guys know, we're moving from left to right. We're kind of moving in a clockwise motion with these maps. So I'm moving when you kind of disappear off the left-hand side, you're appearing on the right.
Okay, so I'm going to stick my head round the corner and see if I can see something.
Okay, so as you stick your head around the corner, you can see a wight just pulling his head back into place after Aishi's just uppercutted him, and a skeletal mage on the far side drawing another similar rod from his robes.
Hey.
Hey.
Right, so I can see a mage.
Can you? I don't know. Can you see a mage?
I can see something there.
That's what I just said. A mage pulling a rod from his robes. My man, keep up.
Okay. What the hell? I think we're going to do something impressive.
That's never a good sign. What are you going to do?
Fireball.
You kill Ferris, you're dead.
If you want to fireball against that one lone wizard, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah, right, I won't then. No, I'll be sensible then. I will do chill touch against the white fighting Ferris and then duck back.
Okay. Cast away. That'll hit as this icy hand reaches out, slaps the guy against the face. Just as he pulls his head back, slaps to the side, pulls back again, and you deal 10 points of necrotic damage. And this creature now has disadvantage on attack rolls as well, so I'll give him a little red dot. Okay, this guy is going to do a thing. That's his turn done. Kindar is going to... what happened? And just charge! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... And he gets to there with his full movement, and he's going to then take a dash action to run into the room. Has a look around, sees this wight, and runs around to. Actually, he runs straight up towards the mage. His great axe, I think he has now, blazing with this crackling lightning energy as his right has his right invoked. In turn, this mage goes, "Oh shit!" It doesn't have eyes, but if you can kind of see the little pinpricks of light that form its flaming pupils kind of widen and spark. As this rather large half-orc barrels down on him.
Can I use my bonus action to move the lights, which I kind of forgot to do?
Because you're ill and I'm a generous lord, then yes. So
I shall let you do it because it's
easier.
The mechanics. Yeah.
I seem to. So one was I lost one, but you do your thing while I do my thing. And the mage in front is going to first back away and run northwards, provoking an opportunity attack from Kindar with his great axe. That hits, dealing 13 points of slashing damage plus 1d6 lightning damage for his right, so he deals 15 points of slashing lightning damage. The skeletal mage just kind of shrugs it off, runs around the corner, out of vision of most of you, and launches a. Points his finger towards Kindar, and from what you guys see, you just see this bolt of greenish glow lance out towards Kindar as the mage sends forth a Mouth's acid arrow, striking, doing 4d4, doing 12 points of acid damage to Kindar, and he's got a little bit of acid dripping on him now as well. Let's go back to that. Still has his Bardic Inspiration. I should have used Daishi's Bardic Inspiration in the last one. Temerity, what do you want to do?
To move here, I'm going to take a shot at the white. themselves.
The white, yeah, okay. Sharpshooter or?
Yes.
Okay, remember you do have bardic inspiration as well. I think that's what the blue, the pink is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
think I give it to
feeling-
3.
Feeling like
Really?
that's. Well, I have advantage on him because he didn't. Wait, did he act yet?
No, so he has disadvantage.
Well,
He has disadvantage on attacks against you.
Yeah, I have advantage on attacking against him because he didn't act.
This is true. So you do hit, dealing 23 points of piercing damage. As the white snaps its head back onto the other side, you kind of fire an arrow. It catches the eye socket, pins fast, and then just spins around in the spot. Holds it in place. The white is looking very irritated and very hurt, but it's still up.
For my bonus action, I'm going to have Ferris attack. So I can
Okay.
do that too. Ah,
Finally, as he holds the head in place, Ferris just lunges at him, grabs the head, and pops it off. Throws it against the wall. It hits against the wall and smashes as the white's headless body collapses to a heap on the floor. Is that your turn?
I'm going to take a step back. So
You can kind of fit into that corner there if you want to.
I want to.
Oh, you
I'm
move
moving into the room.
Okay.
I was going to stay back, but
Nah, that's no fun. Duel.
Okay, so I have no idea what's going on, so I'm going to just have a little peek around the corner first of all, if you could move me across.
There you go. So you kind of
Cute.
just head up the stairs. That's 10 foot of movement there, so you still have 20 odd left.
Okay, I'm gonna see what's going on.
So from what you can see in the room is you see Ferris just kind of nibbling on the bones of
Yeah.
this undead creature. Kindar dripping in green acid.
I can't even see him from where I am. I can see this white.
But there
And
is a
that's
white
it.
in the room above with seems to be drawing a longbow at this point.
I'm gonna dissonant whisper him, and I'm gonna just make the loudest noise in his ears and try and make him jump
Okay.
and run away.
So it's a wisdom saving throw for the white.
Yes, please.
that's an interesting whisper.
Only he can hear it.
Okay, so you...
He's terrified.
He goes, ah! What the? So he takes 11 points of psychic damage, and with this one, is this the one he has to move away?
He runs away as fast as he can. Yes,
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the whitey bread man.
that's right.
And he just he just books it around the corner. You don't
And I'm
see
gonna
where
move
it
back.
goes.
I'm gonna run back around the corner as well. And that's it.
Okay, Whitey. So this white is going to move forwards, draw a longbow, and take one shot against Kindar and one shot against Temerity.
Bitch.
So Kindar hits, Temerity misses. I'm assuming. So Kindar just still dripping acid, just takes an arrow to the shoulder, pulls it out. Doesn't look very happy. Okay, so another guy. So this, so Aishi. I don't know if you can see this, Sai. Temerity, you might see this as well. Another skeletal mage pops out from a side room, points towards the Sai. Not the Sai, sorry, Aishi. Outstretches a hand, and you see 4 small beads of energy lash out as the mage casts a 2nd level magic missile towards Aishi, dealing 10 points of force damage as he's just pummeled from all sides by these small beads of force, taking 10 points of force damage overall, and then the mage ducks back around into its little room. Johanna! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Johanna's going to run to here, using most of her movement. Fortunately, can't see much more, so he's going to use a dash action to move around, and she ends up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and ends up there. Looks around, sees Aishi looking pretty wounded, and casts a 2nd level healing word on him, which is 2d4 plus 4, I believe. Returning 6 points of HP to actually go. Come on, man, get up and fight. And that's Johanna's turn. So, let me just mark that off of the spell sheet. Okay, White Team at Whiteface. That's the one that ran away. He can't really do a lot at the moment because he's just kind of running into a corner. So, and that one's dead.
Does he get to make his save every turn?
I don't know actually.
Don't remind the DM things.
Actually, it's just a one thing, so it just moves away and then comes back.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to do a thing. Okay, he's done a thing and he's moved. Grimble is going to gallop up the stairs. Strangely fast for his little legs. Gets to about here, and is then also going to use a dash action to kind of move. Ooh, no, he's not going to resize himself. Going to move himself to about here, and just kind of pokes his head around the corner. Sees the skeletal mage, but can't quite reach him. Just kind of ducks back behind. This guy is going to move to here, and takes again longbow out. Takes 2 pot shots. One again. I don't know if you can see that, Temerity, but it's just at the top. Can you see that far?
I can just barely see the nameplate, but that's it.
Okay, so you see there's 2 arrows launch out from the darkness, one at Kinder and one at you. Both missing, just clattering off the obsidian stonework behind you, and you hear as it ducked back behind the corner. Ferris.
Alright. So I'm going to come up to this white. He's going to go into it a little bit and make an attack against the white.
Okay. That's a miss, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Is that Ferris's go?
Yep.
Okay. Aishi, the faithful companion that he is going to follow Ferris. Just runs it. Finds the white and does what Aishi does best. Punches things.
Aishi is Ferris' animal companion.
Fails the first one. Okay, so it's either a natural 1 or a natural 20. There's no middle ground here. Yeah, and so first strike dealing 14 points of bludgeoning damage, and the second one dealing 7, so 21 points of bludgeoning damage as he gets 2 quick jabs in. Good left and a good right, and he hears a crunch as as he hits the side of the ribs, and you guys can hear this echo throughout as this large crunching sound as Aishi strikes the creature in the ribs. Pasai.
Right, well, I'm going to go around the corner so that I can see what the fuck's going on. Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to move the lights.
Yep.
Where's my 4th one?
Under Johanna.
That one. Okay.
No, they have to be within 20 feet of each, 10 feet of each other, don't they?
Is that better?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I can't actually see anybody, so I'll go to there. I still can't see anybody.
You can't see it there? Dynamic lighting. The DM's greatest weapon.
Now I can see somebody.
Yay.
Right. Can I actually attack the mage, or is there too many people in the way?
What do you want to do?
If I want to cast a spell at it, can I do that?
Yeah, sure. They can duck.
Okay. I am going to cast a chromatic orb, and I will do fire damage against it.
The mage?
Mhm.
Yep, go for it. That'll hit. So a small, almost like a pebble, a small marble-sized ball of energy forms in your hand, and you launch it towards the skeletal mage in front of you, and it impacts on the center of its chest, burning up a big hole in its robe, staggering it back as it takes 16 points of fire damage. And a large portion of its robes start to burn and smoulder away, revealing just a nuddy skeleton underneath. It looks slightly embarrassed and tries to cover itself up with the remnants of its robe, but doesn't get very far.
Okay. I'll then step back a bit so I'm out of its line of sight.
Okay. Maging McMageface, the second, is going to... What's he going to do? What's he going to do when he comes for you? He's going to cast another... following the lead of his predecessor, he's going to cast a second level magic missile, 2 shots towards Ferris and 2 shots towards Aishi. So 2d4 plus 2.
Can I actually do shield against other people?
It's a self spell, unfortunately, I believe.
Okay.
So Ferris takes 4 points of damage, and Aishi takes 9 points of force damage.
That's not good.
Okay. Kindar is going to take, as the rest of the acid drips off of Kindar, he takes an additional 6 points of acid damage. He kind of turns around, looks at Temerity, gives you a smile and a nod, holds his hand up, looks at his ring, gives it a kiss, and it's like, and you just see him fucking barrel forwards in a straight line all the way to the back of the room, striking the major in front of him. He just kind of turns into this ball of spectral yellow energy, and just poof, off he goes. Does he have a thing for this? No. So, it's alright, let me just have a look at the ring quickly to see exactly what the damage is. Why did I give you guys so many items? It's here somewhere. Ah, ring of the round. On hit. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So let's roll. Let's do that. Do that. Do that. 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 Ooh.
Nice.
So Kindar rushes
Fucking
forward,
hell.
shoulder barges this mage, dealing fucking hell, 4d10 force damage, smashing the creature against the back wall, dealing 28 points of bludgeoning damage, as this creature just smashes and cracks into a pile of bones and burnt robes on the floor, and Kendall looks around and gives Aishi a thumbs up. To Aishi, yeah, that was pretty damn sexy. Strangely enough, that guy doesn't get a turn anymore. Temerity.
Going to, after seeing that, go up, and I'm going to attack the mage here and attack the mage that hit Ferris.
Yep. I will make a point. I love the way of how you're being so conservative with your magic charges.
I know.
On the last session.
I'm going to use the thing that I have.
The thing, the sharpshooter, miss, and the bardic inspiration, which
Oh
I
no,
believe
the
is
bardic inspiration, yeah.
which I believe is a D8 at this level.
It's a D8 now, yeah.
So roll your
Alright.
D8. Yeah,
Nice.
that'll do it.
Ha. Awesome.
As your arrow launches out and just strikes the skeleton in the shoulder, pinning it against the back wall, dealing 27 points of piercing damage. Nice.
Just saying, my regular attack is as good as his crit. And Ferris is going to make an attack against the white,
Okay.
because I can have him do that.
Yep, no, that's your bonus action, yeah. That'll hit, so he needs to make... Is it strength saving throw?
Yes.
Okay, fails the saving throw, I believe, so takes 9 points of piercing damage as Ferris lunges at him and pins him down to the ground. Duel.
Alright.
Oh, sorry, is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, Duel,
Okay.
you have no idea what's going on as you've hidden downstairs.
Not a sausage. So I'm going to move around. Have a look in. I've only got 10 feet left. I'm going to...
Remember, you can use a dash action to move a bit further as well.
I know. It's a tough one.
How about shouting to the people who know?
Yeah, I mean... I need to be able to see people to do anything. I think I'm going to have to... I'm going to dash in. Just have a look through here. See what we're looking at. Okay, I can see one white. Oh, there's one. Oh, look at that thing. Okay. I'm going to move back. There. And that's it, because I can't do anything else because I've dashed.
Okay, Whitey McWhiteface is going to, as he's pinned down by Ferris, is going to try and free himself and makes 2 swings against Ferris with his longsword at disadvantage. Both miss, so it's a 10 and an 11.
I believe so, yeah, 16.
Phew, as just kind of, he's pinned to the floor, can't really, just swings, and Ferris ducks, dodges, and weaves. He too has been watching Rocky. Okay.
I really thought Ferris was dying.
You see, there's as the DM just playing the characters as I would, but even the creatures don't want Ferris to die, so it's all right. Okay, so this skeletal mage, so Johanna, Duel, Sight, and Grimble, you see as one of the skeletal mages ducks out from behind one of the corners, holds a hand up, and launches another second level magic missile, aiming 1 bolt at each of you. So each of you will take 1d4 plus 1 force damage. So we'll do Grimble. Grimble takes 2. Johanna takes 3. Duel takes 3, and Hasai, you take 3. And then ducks back behind its wall out of sight. Johanna looks around. Oh, they're everywhere! You guys are dying! For fuck's sake. And she kind of moves over here and goes, "Stop fucking around and just kill him, will ya?" And casts Mass Healing Word on your wall at 4th level. So you all gain, it's not a huge amount, everybody gains 8 HP.
That's good.
Okay. I believe that's a full action. Let's check. No, that's a bonus action. Ooh. And she runs in. Let me show you how it's done. Runs in, sees the white on the floor, trying to slash away at Ferris. Turns, holds the Mace of Disruption up, and strikes down with advantage, and hits with the Disruption as well, dealing 10 points of radiant damage to the creature on the floor with a blast of yellowish divine light. Okay, that's Johanna's turn. Whitey McWhiteface at the top here is still longbow drawn, going to loose an arrow, one against Ferris as it's pinning down one of the guys, and one against Johanna.
How did Ferris become the most threatening enemy?
Because it uses your rolls. So the first one against Ferris, 14, I believe, misses.
Misses?
But the Johanna runs in, smashes the thing, and ow! Gets shot in the shoulder by this arrow. Fucking dead! Ah! I just healed that. And the white remains where it is. Grimble is going to charge around the corner in his tiny teddy bear cave bear form, locating the skeletal mage and goes for some attacks. Because I've got the wrong sheet open. If I find the right sheet, Druid Farms, cave bear, that, and he makes one bite and one claw attack. First one misses. I think maths, brain. No, sorry, both hit. So dealing. I'm not sure we've typed in there +2 to hit, but dealing 19 points of piercing and slashing damage to this skeletal mage. Another wight is going to pop its head out, have a look, survey the scene again. Sees Ferrus knocking down one of its creatures, and also Kindar covered in the remains of one of the mages, and he's going to make a bow attack against Ferrus, which hits for 6 points of damage, and one against Kindar, which misses. And has that either. So Ferrus takes 6 points of damage.
Yep.
It's going to jump back behind. Ferrus.
He's gonna claw this guy's face out.
Okay, rolls with advantage due to the grapple, and that does hit, dealing 10 points of piercing damage as Ferrus rips this fucker's face off. And yeah, just rips his face off and pees in the eye hole as the creature dies.
And he's gonna run over to the mage and get ready to tear his face off next turn. Growl menacingly.
Excellent. Aishi's going to look around. He sees Ferrus. He thinks Ferrus has got that. And he's going to charge up to this wight in the corner and unleash a flurry of blows against him, consuming one of his. Actually, first, as a bonus action, he's going to use his wholeness of self and heal himself somehow, because I know he's got it written down somewhere. Wholeness of body. There we go. Use. And he regains. He kind of closes his eyes for a second. The rest of you see him glow slightly as he expels energy, regaining 18 HP, which is very impressive actually. Might to self-roll a monk. But he's used his wholeness of body, and then he's going to unleash a flurry of blows. Wow, that really worked. He's going to unleash a flurry of blows using 4 charges of his flaming fist as well, because he's pissed now. Really? Really? Okay, so you rest of you see as Aishi, a blur of energy, just swings left, right, uppercut, overhead smash, miss, catches, miss, doing and the white. Someone's been watching a Rocky marathon here, and he's just dodging, he's weaving, he's just doesn't give a fuck. And Aishi deals a massive 9 bludgeoning fire damage as the white just kind of chuckles at him. And Aishi just kind of feels sad and emasculated. Asai.
Having seen our ninja teddy bear go here after the mage, I shall follow him. And if I can get into there, I'm going to go into there and attack twice with my rapier, using the cantrip if it hits.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
that'll hit. So you can use your green flame blade.
Okay. And spells. With an extra fire.
Extra 1, and then you can use your bonus attack as well, which does hit, dealing 12 points of necrotic damage. As cuts just 2 crosses, almost Zorro style, and the robes just fall open, exposing boniness underneath. This one doesn't seem to mind. Kind of quite liberating to be having the chest out.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
If I haven't already got Blade Singing active, I'm going to turn it on.
Can you still do that? Is your multi-attack a bonus action? Or is your Green Flame Blade probably a bonus action or something?
No, fair enough. I can't then.
So,
Mind you, it's already turned on, but has it actually expired?
how long does it last?
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. Give me a second.
We'll come back to you.
Well, yeah, all right.
You go look it up and let me know. Okay, just for argument's sake, it's active, but probably will expire after this fight is done. You can still look up the range for me though. So this skeletal mage, pinned against the wall by an arrow, pulls out the arrow, just kind of releases himself from the wall, and looks around, sees this snarling wolf in front of him, and he's going to just reach out with a shocking grasp against Ferris, which fails miserably because I can't type the right words. For 19 to hit, dealing 1d8, dealing 2 lightning damage to Ferris.
Not doing too well.
So that's its turn. Kindar is going to follow it, watching the miserable display that Aishu just, after his amazing display of smashing this mage into the wall, follows up. Aishu stands between these two whites and unleashes 2 great axe attacks against the white in front of him with his thingy more. Do that, both hitting, dealing 25 points of slashing damage, and I don't even need to add the right stuff, as he just 2 double attacks against him, knocking this creature to the ground, just hacking it to bits. And he looks at her, that's how it's done. As she just kind of pouts. Okay, to Merit.
I never know what happens to the Y. I really don't.
I think when I was redoing the lighting, I broke it, and I just never fixed it.
Look at them. Nothing out here. I'm going to turn and attack the mage that's in front of Ferris.
Okay. No.
And Ferris is going to attack the mage in front of Ferris.
Say take off your bardic inspiration. Nope either.
Ferris can
Unfortunately.
die.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Duel.
Right. Still don't really know what's going on, so I'm going to have a sneaky peek to see if I can see what's happening in this room. I can see the back of a tiny bear, so I'm going to assume everything's okay in there.
Okay, yep. You've heard
And
growling and various slashing attacks, but
He's probably fine. He can handle it. So I'm going to instead just firebolt that mage at the back of the room there.
okay.
That's a bit shit.
That's a miss, unfortunately, as you launch this firebolt, it just sails just past him, splatting on the wall behind it.
He's a fucker. Okay, well I'm gonna move into the room anyway because I feel like I need to be involved. So I'm gonna stand there. In the
Okay.
corner.
Is that your go?
Yeah, that's it.
Fair enough. Okay. The mage in the room with Grimble and Hasai. He's kind of just weighs up his options a little bit. Looks left, looks right. Not too sure what to do. Just check something. Because unfortunately I haven't put all the spells in because I'm a bad DM. So I need to keep looking them up. What?
Blade song lasts a minute, by the way.
Okay, so after this combat you're probably done. Okay, so Hasai, you see this mage look around in desperation, and his hand glows with a dark green, sickly light, and he reaches out to touch you. Not rolling 1d100 for a 9, which I believe I'm going to guess misses. Yes? You're still muted.
Oh.
Yes, that misses completely.
That's fine.
My
So
ace
just reaches out to basically to just give you a bit of a grope. Misses. And retracts its arm. That's its turn over. Johanna is going to move forward up to the side of this white against this mage against the wall, frustrated with everybody's apparent lack of ability to slap it one, and unleashes 2 mace attacks. Dealing 10, 20, 24, 33 points of bludgeoning radiant damage, as his creature just explodes in a burst of magical energy, clattering to the floor in a heap of bones, robes, and more bones. Shouts through, "See, Archie, that's how you do it!" Pouting
Ferris.
intensifies. And then
Ferris
she pets
does-
Ferris as bonus action.
Actually, Ferris does a trick that I taught him. He gives her a high five.
As she does so, she uses a bonus action to use a level 1 healing word on Ferris, regaining 6 points of HP.
Alright.
It's dealt via the high five, right?
Dealt, of
To get
course.
to high- yeah, okay.
I mean, how else would you do it? Is down. Okay, Grimble's turn. So Grimble is going. So yeah, that's to go. Grimble's turn. Grimble is going to launch out with another bite and claw attack. Is that both? That's it. The first one missing, unfortunately, but the second one just connects with his tiny little paws, dealing 13 points of slashing damage as he smacks into the creature with a lot of force, belaying his tiny little size. And the mage is knocked back against the wall, shattering into a pile of bones, robes, and again, more bones. He says to her side. Okay. This white here is going to draw his longsword, put away the bow, draws a longsword, and makes 2 striking attacks against Kindar. Both missing, unfortunately, for me. Ferris.
Ferris. What does Ferris do? He's gonna go this way. And attack the white.
Okay.
'Cause he does that.
That'll. Which white? I've lost Ferris. Oh, there he is. Move white there. That'll hit, dealing 11 points of piercing damage.
He's gonna get a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw, that's it. Fails it, so Ferris pins him to the ground.
Alright. That's Ferris' turn.
Aishi, still pouting, like heavy lips stuck out, just kind of toddles over behind the white. He kind of gives Kindar, just looks at Kindar and just like, alright, what's this? And again, unleashes another flurry of blows, not using magical charges this time. And makes 4 unarmed attacks at advantage. Dealing 8, 19, 31, 43, 44 points of bludgeoning damage. To this poor creature laying on the floor. It's like Ferris has got it pinned down, and Aishi just goes up, just basically kneels down next to its head and goes whack, 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 whack. Each time the head just gets pummeled slightly further into the floor in some kind of strange DBZ combat moment. And with the last one, crunch, the head just turns to dust on the floor as the white's life is extended. That, my friends, seems to be this floor clear. As Aishi stands up, has a look around, and a strange calm sets over the area. As we're now out, I'll keep the initiative there, just because I don't have to keep rolling it. That's you're out of initiative at the moment. Is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Grim will just turn around. Wanders off to find the rest and kind of sees you guys.
Can I grab a longsword off the white?
Yeah. It's not in the greatest condition, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's still usable.
I just want to have it just in case, because I don't have enough weapons apparently.
Apparently not. No. You start using your so you can use your longbow to shoot a long sword.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that mechanic for the next session.
So Kindor and Ice, you can have a wander around. As you have a look around this area, you can see the two rooms, east and west, have these large, not quite stained glass, but large glass-like windows. Still dark in tint, but you can see outside of the tower. Behind the tower, unfortunately, there's not a huge amount. To the east of the tower, not a lot. Rock. And it's the back end of this cavern system. But from the other window, you can look out and see the enormity of the cavern system in front of you that you pass through to get here. But apart from that, the creatures don't seem to have a huge amount on them. Yeah. What do you want to do?
So where's the stairs to the next level?
Temerity has found them.
Found him.
So, are we going to plan what we do, or are we just going to repeat what we did last time?
I'm already on my way up.
Right, off.
Johanna's going to follow up, and Grimble brings up the rear. With the ice sheet.
I just need to go and get some batteries because
Isn't
my
he?
keyboard's run out.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Do you want to have a listen, Temerity, or just running up?
I'll have a listen.
Okay, make me a perception check, please.
It tells me I'm just going to run right into it anyway.
I'm staying about 10 feet behind him, and the light's just behind me.
So, Temerity, as you kind of put your best ear forward and have a listen, previously you could kind of hear like the movement and shuffling. That you don't hear that this time. You hear a low, muffled chanting in a language that you don't recall or understand. You can barely make it out anyway. And there is a soft glow seems to be emanating around the corner. It's very, very, very low. This is like barely there, but there is a glow coming from that way.
Can I open the door very quietly?
It's not a door. It is just a cab.
Okay.
Like goes up. It's just the way the map looks. It's just
Oh,
the
okay.
staircase goes up.
It just keeps going up?
Yeah.
Alright, so I want to go up very quietly and see if I can see who's chanting.
Okay. I'll put you there and make me a stealth roll. So again, you're now moving to the bottom right-hand corner of the map.
Alright. Stuff. Yes.
Okay. So from where you head up the stairs, you can't see anything. You can see what you can see. Like poking around, you can't see, but you're definitely moving towards the source of the chanting.
Alright. So, Ferris is
I'm going to encourage everybody else to be ready to leg it up the stairs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want to move? Fuck it, Aishu's going to follow up behind you as well. Being all sneaky beaky. That's right, the stealth roll. Yeah, I'll do. So, really, as you kind of poke your head around the corner, you can kind of see if you want to like alt move yourself just up a little bit, so you're like kind of half in the square. I'll allow yourself there. You're not quite there, but if you imagine, you just kind of poke your head around the door. Makes sense. You can see a large. This area of the tower seems to be quite large and hollowed out, and you can see several of the mages that you'd fought before surrounding this strange bluish glowing pair of circles. All seem to be chanting and channeling some kind of energy towards it. At the far south room, you can see a slightly larger, more impressively dressed, appears to be a wizard, but instead of carrying a rod, he's got a full-length staff with a pulsing bluish crystal, just seems to be pulsing in time with the chanting, and they don't seem to have noticed you.
Okay. Alright, so. Oh, man.
Temerity, what have you found? Whispers Aishi from behind you.
I'm gonna check something real quick.
Okay. While he's doing that, does anyone else want to follow up the staircase, or?
Yep. Okay, found it. I'm attacking.
I'll go up behind him.
Okay. So I'm going
and
to move everybody nearby.
ask him what he's seen.
Okay, so Asai, just as you head up, and you kind of round the corner a little bit, you can see Temerity drawing his bow and firing. In true Temerity fashion. So I just need to roll some initiatives. Which I can't do.
I am going to use one of my charges this time.
Oh, really?
On my fire bow.
That's fine, let me just roll my initiatives.
Have you found something suitable for me to use a big spell?
This would be a perfect fireball area. Sorry, I've just realised I've forgotten to do something. There we go. So we'll do a surprise round to start with, which is just going to be you. Is just you, Temerity. So did you make your attack?
No.
Okay, make your attack. Which one are you shooting at?
The big one.
The big one. Okay, and are you adding a fire charge to that as well, which is a D8, I believe?
Was it a D8? I added a D6.
Okay.
So, let's say it's a D6.
Fine. As you kind of pop your head around the corner, you almost do this action style jump, firing your arrows. You go, and this as you launch. As the arrow leaves the bow, you can see the tip of it ignites as it crosses the head of the bow into this flaming bolt of energy, and it strikes straight into the side of the large, imposing mage in front of you, dealing 27 points of piercing damage, and just knocking it to the side, off guard. The chanting immediately stops as all of them just turn.
I give a thumbs up.
And then we'll jump to the top of the initiative table. So Ferris, the rest of you.
If Ferris goes in there, he's gonna get cooked.
Actually, yeah, the rest of you got no idea right now. Ferris fucking YOLO's in, because that's what Ferris do apparently.
He hasn't died yet.
Yet. Goes in for a bite and just misses. As a skeletal mage still seems to be trying to channel and chant, but dodges out of the way.
And I want to. Can I yell at everyone else? This one's got nicer robes. I want them.
So the rest of you kind of hear it echoes down towards down the stairs to down the tower as you just hear, this one's got nice robes.
Ferris is doing that. All right, that's it.
Aishi runs up. Nice robes, you say? He just bolts into the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Now Aishi's gonna get cooked in that Ferris.
You're right. He does have nice robes. He was. Oh, excuse me. I need to get past, and then unleashes a flurry of magic blows against the first creature he sees. Which I'm not going to do very well using the skeletal mage's sheet. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Jeez.
Yeah, this is why I don't like Corey. So dealing the first, actually, they all hit 14, 29, 42, 55 points of bludgeoning fire damage.
Nice.
Fuck me. I gave him far too powerful items. As he just you see, as he runs up, he ignites his fists. The dragon flame gauntlets just blazing with light, and he just fucking goes ham, just smack, 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 smack. And there's nothing left there. You see, Temerity, for a second, there was a mage there, and there's just a small pile of smoke just drifts towards the ceiling and disappears, as it's just fucking gone. And then he just moves a little bit closer to the big guy. Hasai! All you've heard is whack, 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 whack. Robes!
Turn and look in the right direction.
Hasai moonwalks up, like, yeah, I got this.
Okay.
Would you like
I'm going
lights?
Move my lights in there so I can see stuff.
Oh, you're so picky. I want to... Give me my lights. Let me see. Oh.
Oh, that's not as impressive as I thought. Oh well, never mind.
Oh, sorry, my tokens aren't good enough for you.
No, I was hoping for a much bigger cluster of people to kill.
Well, there's 4. There was 5. I
Okay.
can fill the room more if you want.
No, I'm,
sure?
I'm good.
No, it's fuck it. Suddenly, just from the floor, 17 whites just appear out of the thin air.
Okay.
Doing a fireball.
No, it doesn't make sense. Sadly.
Okay. I was just ready to get my templates out and everything.
Okay. Upper radius. I think I can get. How far apart? I just want to do a quick measure. Ten-foot radius, 20 feet apart. I should be able to get 2 with a shatter.
Yeah, if you want to.
I'll do a shatter then.
I believe that's a con save. Go for it. What level are you casting at?
Level 2.
Okay. So that's con save. So I think you need to roll an extra. Oh, you've done that level 2, so it's 13 damage. Against the con save, do that, and then do that. One succeeds, the top one fails miserably, taking 12 points of thunder damage, and the second one does succeed, taking 6 points as this large echoes around the tower, and you can see kind of the glass behind you, Temerity, kind of bows out and starts to resonate with the explosion, but quickly settles back down. Your turn?
Okay.
You done? Sorry?
Yeah, I'm trying to put myself in the right place. There we go.
Okay. Mage Face is going to turn towards Temerity, and he is going to do the thing, and he's going to. So he looks at Temerity, points his finger out, and this small spark of green energy latches out towards you.
Oh god, I'm getting disintegrated.
Yeah, no. If only I'd made them all that level spellcaster, that'd be quite interesting. 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I use cutting words?
Not from where you are
Yeah.
because you're downstairs.
I've got to. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say actually, because I was in between the battles, I was getting my batteries, so I don't actually know where anyone is.
Sorry, no. So they kind of started combat, so I'm going to move you a bit closer to the stairs. So I'll put you there. Everyone's going
Put me at the back. Yeah, that's fine.
So
Thank you.
there you go. So Temerity, you take 12 points of acid damage as this beam hits you, and as soon as it strikes the center of your chest, it kind of sprays out, and this puddle of acid just drenches you, eating through some of your clothes and biting into your skin, and it starts dripping off of you.
Ow, they were expensive.
And that's his go. So Kindar is going to do a Kindar thing. He's going to move to there, so that's 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 I think he has. He looks around. He thinks for a second, looks down at the ring, thinks, and he just again turns into this glowing yellow image of a ram, launching himself forwards towards this mage over here. Hitting, so he just fucking pelts across the room, dealing 2d10, dealing 6. Wow, points of bludgeoning damage as he smashes into the creature. He's going to make, and the creature is pushed back, hitting the wall, suffering an additional 1d10 damage, dealing another 6 damage. And that's his turn. So Kindar's done. Big Mage is going to turn to the source of irritation that just annihilated one of his friends. He just... Let's see, actually. Heads or tails? Temerity.
Head.
I don't... I should have assigned 1 to tails or 2 to heads. I didn't actually assign anything. So, sod it. He's going to shoot Aishi because he's a bigger threat. So he looks out towards Aishi, and you can see this strange, sickly, yellowy, dark energy starts to circulate around his hand, and he lashes out towards Aishi. Aishi attempts to strike. Sorry, it does strike Aishi, and you can see these dark, black veins to start to creep throughout his body as he starts to wither under the effects of the spell. He tries to resist with a con save against that DC. Does make the save just, but still takes. That still takes 12 points of necrotic damage as the blight spell takes hold throughout his system. It doesn't feel very nice. And I did that the wrong way around actually, because I moved that there. So after that, skeletal mage that Ferris is attacking is going to reach down again, hand wreathed in this dark energy, goes to touch Ferris. With a... no, not that. That was meant to be +6, but anyway, it doesn't make a difference. As he reaches down to get Ferris, Ferris reacts and gets a bite attack.
Yay.
Striking and nearly ripping the fucker's arm off. He doesn't look very happy. So that brings us to you, Temerity.
Alright. I'm going to attack the other guy, the big guy again.
Yep.
And I'm going to use another fire charge.
Okay. That'll hit, dealing 26 points of piercing fire damage. As again, this bolt of energy streaks forward, striking this creature in the chest and igniting chunks, large sections of his robes.
And Ferris is going to attack his guy again.
Okay, that'll hit. So he needs to make a strength save. Failing miserably, taking 13 points of piercing damage and is then pinned to the floor. Okay, Duel.
Okay, running up the stairs
So
to
it's
see
1, 2,
what's
3,
going on.
4. So 30 feet of movement will get you to about there.
Oh, fucking hell. Can I go there instead?
Yeah, you can go there.
Oh, I can't even see. Okay, I'm dashing in. Jesus.
So yeah, you can. I think you've got about 1 square
It's
left.
about there, isn't it?
Yeah. Instead of a bonus action, but
I'll stay there. I'll stay there. Yeah.
okay,
Stay there
done.
And do nothing. Yeah.
Okay. Next one is going to. Let's have a look. I just need to check something. I think. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. Silly website. The skeletal mage, seeing what's going down, is going to charge towards the issue of irritation. As it does, it ignites its hand in a green flame and reaches out to touch Temerity. 18 to hit.
I believe that hits, yeah.
Okay. So as this necrotic hand reaches out and grabs you by the arm, you feel the life force being drained from your body, and you take 9 points of necrotic damage. As it does so, you can see the mage almost. The small chips in its bone that had been made previously seem to mend and becomes more renewed as it drains your health away.
Cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was thinking.
Johanna
Bastard.
is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets to about there. So, for fuck's sake! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Runs round to there with the dash action. And has a look around and goes, "Now we're talking." And that's her go. Grumble is going to do a very similar thing because he's only got little legs, and he's only going to make, even with the dash action, he makes it to about there. You recognise this as "for fuck's sake" in there. Ferris's turn. So you have advantage
Ferris.
on this guy if you go for a bite.
Yep, and which he definitely is. Go.
Okay, that does hit, dealing 11 points of piercing damage.
Alright. That's all Ferris is going to do.
Okay. Aishi is going to charge forwards and do what he does best. He's not going to use a flurry of blows this time. He's just going to unleash a normal series of attacks. No magic either. Take those all off. And doof, doof, doof. 2 strikes hit, dealing 18 points of bludgeoning damage. As you can see, crunch, crunch, as just 2 knocks to the side, as the creature's ribs implode, and he doubles over and just collapses in a heap, expired. The pulsing light on the tip of its staff just drops and dulls to nothing. Even when he's not here, he still fucks over my dudes. Asai.
Right. We enter the room and see what's left.
So you can see Ferris pinning down one creature and another mage kind of just been smacked against the wall.
Right. So I would say I should probably go against the one who's not pinned down.
That's what you want. Probably easy to hit. I've got a wolf on him.
Yeah, alright. I'll go and do that one then.
Oh.
Right. Rapier with cantrip.
Okay, make your attack rolls. And there's advantage. That'll hit.
Okay. Well, stop. Cantrip.
Don't worry about the fire damage, you've already killed it. So, as this creature lays down on the ground, you pierce your rapier just straight through its chest, where its heart would be, and the small pinpricks of light forming its pupils go out. As it does so, you feel a surge of cold energy pour into you through the sword, and you gain an additional 3 temporary HP.
Ugh, that was unpleasant. I will then move forward and try and clobber the other guy.
Can you? Yeah, you got. Have you got? Oh, that guy. Yeah, go for it. I forgot he was there. That'll hit, dealing 13 points of piercing damage as you just stab through. He's still holding on to Temerity's arm, still sucking the life from him. I'm just going to make a concentration check, sorry, which is a con save, I believe.
And I will use my bonus to turn the dancing on again.
Okay, so you reactivate dancing, blade dancing, yes?
Yep.
Okay. That's that. So this guy at the top looks around, moves to here, points a finger out, and a jolt of lightning bursts from his finger, heading towards the group of you, hitting, say, Hasai, Temerity, and Grimble. So I need you, all 3 of you, to make a dexterity saving throw. Don't know why this sheet closed. Okay, so 19, 18 is fucking hell. So you guys take 30 points of damage, reduced to half for all of you who made the save. So Temerity, Hasai, and Grimble will take that much damage. 15 points of damage.
I'm out.
Okay, the rest of you kind of see as this bolt of lightning energy strikes forward, clips Temerity, just kind of gets out of the way, takes him by the shoulder, spins round and knocks him to the ground as he goes down. And with that, the Skeletal Mage is just going to move back a bit as well. Kindar, seeing his longtime friend of several days drop to the floor, doesn't like it, and he charges forwards with his great axe drawn, making 2 great axe attacks against this guy, dealing 28 plus his right damage, which is going to be 2d6, dealing 14, 28, 37 points of 37 points of lightning and slashing damage as he rends the creature asunder, ripping it just into shreds. To shreds, you say? That's him done. Okay, Temerity, I need a death saving throw from you, please.
I'm good at death saving throws.
That's fine. You're not dead yet.
Mhm.
Duel.
Can I just run in and have a look?
So
It's just
the only thing you can really see now is this white holding on to Temerity's dying corpse.
that's pretty much it, yeah. Okay.
That's all you can see. Yeah.
I'm gonna I guess I'll vicious mockery him. I think that's the most useful thing I could do at this point.
Okay.
Just call him a fuckboy.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw. Fails completely.
Nice.
Dealing 6 points of psychic damage. He has to make
Yes.
a concentration save, which is fine. The undead creature.
He's still holding on to me.
Yeah, he never let go.
Shit.
He's still connected to you via this dark vampiric spell, and again, sorry, he strikes out and just tries to draw more life from your deathly body, dealing 10 damage to you.
Jeez.
Just an automatic death save for you, and he as he draws more of the life force out to you, that's bleeding away quickly. Johanna, or you. Come on, guys. No time for a nap. And she makes 2. She first makes a mace attack. It's not that. She's gonna run. Just gonna run round. Look at Temerity. Give you a bit of a slap. And as she gives you a slap, casts a level. Let's make sure what spell slots we've got. Casts a level 3 Cure Wounds on you. And you regain 12 HP. You're back up. You're still prone, but you're not dead. And that's it for her. Grimble's bloodied and charred bear form will limp into the room, runs round, and makes a bite and claw attack against the remaining skeletal mage. Both hitting, dealing 25 points of slashing and piercing damage. Let's do a con save. However, the 2 con saves actually. And the vampiric touch spell falters as the creature reels back from the assault. Ferris.
Eris is very angry and is going to fight hard. This guy.
Ferris lunges, blinded with rage, at seeing his master fall, but misses the attack, unfortunately.
Obviously blinded.
obviously. Aishi is just going to move in. He's going to move that guy so I can actually get to Aishi's token. And Aishi going to do Aishi things. He's going to go punch, punch, punch. So dealing 11. That one hits as well. 11, 19, 27 points of bludgeoning damage. Aishi, how would you like to do this? Well, what I'd like to do is just punch him really hard. Okay, so Aishi runs up behind this creature as it reels back from Grimwald's assault and just whack! Whack in the back of the head. Just keeps pummeling the back of his head until it just crack, crack, pop. And it pops out and lands at your feet, Temerity, as the light dies out and the creature drops to the ground, dead.
I missed that fight.
I draw my frostbite dagger and put it through his face anyway.
As you do, you can kind of see a small patch of like ice crack forms around where the crack is, and just spreads around the skull, turning it further brittle. And as you retract the dagger, the skull shatters in place.
I call dibs on the robes. That guy's robes.
I think you deserve them.
So that guy was wearing pretty fine robes, nice big cape, even light patches of armor and hardening plates of leather and pieces kind of sewed into it. Probably not stronger than the armor that you're currently wearing, but pretty fancy still.
I just wanted to fancy. I'm not going to wear it.
So as combat dies down and the stillness sets around you, you see the two runic circles in the centre of the room that you're currently standing on. Before were pulsing with a strong blue light. They still pulse, but fainter, and it seems like the light is fading, but very slowly. There's something still active here.
I'm going to see if I can find one of the crappy swords that they've got. See if I can break the circle, the outer circle.
Well, none of these guys have got swords. They're all wielding these rods. However, the larger guy with the fancy robes that Temerity is currently stripping down does have a full-on wooden staff with a blue crystal in the top.
I just gotta throw it to the side because I don't want it. It's garbage.
Well, I'll go and have a look at the staff, but I would suggest to somebody who's got something suitable that they break the circle. I mean, my weapon is probably not suited for that. Someone who's got something big for smashing things. Kindar, maybe.
I can do that.
Yeah.
As Kindar raises the great axe, still flaring with lightning energy, and he brings it down two-handed, striking down onto the floor, sending a deep gash and groove into the hard stone floor in front of him. You can see the outer circle flickers. And ceases to pulse with this blue energy and just goes dull. And you can see the remnants of this dark, almost chalky magic circle that has been drawn on the floor. The centre circle, likewise, stills into nothingness. These two magic circles appear to be now inert.
Okay, I'm going to go and have a look at the guy's stick.
I bet.
Okay, so it is indeed a staff. Unlike the other rods, that when upon their master's destruction, they ceased to have any kind of magical. Okay, let's try this again.
It's still working.
It's on. So normally the other ones they died when their creatures died. This one's still turned on.
Okay. Can I do an Arcana check to see if I can work out anything about it?
Go for it.
Great success.
So as you look over the staff, you can see that the crystal that is adorned in the top is a fragment of dragon crystal. That's very similar to the piece that the mage at Dragon Fortress gave you. However, this one it is holding its power, and it contains something. You can feel there's magic radiating from it, but you're not too sure what it is. If you can spend a little bit of time trying to work out what the spell is.
I think I will see what the rest of the party are doing.
Scratch that.
See if
With that roll, I'll give you it as well. Now this staff, it looks like it's been set up in a very similar way to the crystal that you've got. Only this one seems to be more pure. And after having a look at it, you get a sense of the energy that holds within this, and you can see that this crystal currently holds a disintegrate spell.
Ooh.
Ooh. Yes, I think I'll hang on to this for now. But, all right. Do we have another floor to this place?
Yes, you do. So just to the south again, there is another set of stairs.
Okay. Right. Okay. Temerity, having been clobbered, maybe you've learnt that rushing ahead might not be the best plan, but feel free to do it again.
Okay. And I cast cure wounds on myself and prepare to do it again. Never mind. I do not do it again.
Okay.
Oh, she can do it instead.
Johanna says, guys, come here. Gather round, children, gather round.
Huddle up.
Huddle up. That you too, Tiffy.
I'm coming.
And she sits down, so okay. Just take a moment to rest. I need to channel. And for the next 10 minutes, Johanna enters silent prayer and meditation. And once after the 10 minutes is up, you feel a surge of energy flow through you as she casts a prayer of healing spell on you all at third level. Really? Really? No, that's not right. Oh, I rolled a D28.
D28.
Let's try that again.
And got a 2 on it.
Yeah, that's impressive. 2d8 plus 4. Everyone regains 15 HP.
Ooh. That's too many for me.
Well, you gain 15 HP up to your maximum.
Yes, I know.
I'm going to take
more
the
than
10
is
minutes
natural.
to vaguely, trying to be subtle, look at myself and see if any of that nasty cold energy that I felt coming into myself has left any mark, because I'm a little concerned.
At this point, Grumble also returns to his little self. Even littler self. You kind of have a look around. You can see, as you feel cold. You're not sure if this is just the coldness of the tower itself, because again, there's been this ever-present chill and darkness that surrounds the cavern since you entered this area. But you're not too sure if it's that or of an after effect of what you did that caused this internal chill.
Okay. Well, I'll have to worry about that later, if there is a later.
Okay, and at that point, I think that's a good point. I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break. 5-minute break quickly. Just grab drinks, go to the loo, all that jazz, and we'll be back in a minute. 5-minute break. Tim's already popped off anyway, so I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, more cold medicine.
Hopefully I don't die anymore.
And we're back in the room. Give Charles a minute to come back after dosing himself up with medicines and the like, and then we'll make a start.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually expected that to go a lot worse for me.
To be honest, had you not done like 50 odd points of damage in 2 shots, it could have been very, very different.
Yeah. Like, I was really just expecting, like, get pelted right off the bat and just die first round.
Yeah. And Icy was lucky that he resisted that blight spell, to be honest, because that could have done a lot of damage. So yeah. Or I could just be going easy on you, readying for the fight to come.
DM would never do that.
So we'll just see how it goes.
So, when Temerity survives this, I'm playing him in your next game, right?
Maybe. So the plan behind it is, those characters who do survive this adventure will still live on within the persistent universe. But some of the things we've done in this game, unfortunately, kind of don't fit into a persistent universe type thing. We've done a lot of big world-altering events on a relatively minor scale. It's fun having big epic things, but having these happen in a world with that impacts other bits and bobs doesn't quite work sometimes. So the characters will probably exist. Even if you're not playing them, there will be NPC'd and brought in at other points, so don't worry, your characters will never die until I kill them. But yeah, that's the idea, to have them pop up in the world. It means I don't have to write any NPCs. You got this was these last 10 months was you guys just writing some content for me. That's all it was.
Yeah. Oh my god. I fell in love with Temerity too much. And I like his backstory.
Yes, that's
a lie.
That's one of the things, unfortunately, that we've not done in this game. Was again one of the things I've learned from this is there's never really been any character development or backstory elements to it. One of the things I introduced with the game is everyone had detailed backstories, and what I've done on there is everyone's been given. Everyone went to a fortune teller. And they all had background information given to them. Some of it tiny snippets, some bits of the past, some visions of the future, some of the present, just to give them hooks to go onto and work through their backstories. Unfortunately, that game went a lot better, but it's kind of after having more experience and trying bits and bobs. So that's what. Like I said, when I said we're restarting this one, part of it was because of the times and the shift changes, which has kind of triggered it. But there are other things that I want to do that kind of went a bit wrong in this game. That could be done a lot better. So it's kind of just a fresh start as well. But hopefully you guys will be able to be a part of that.
Yeah, here's hoping. As long as it's bi-weekly, I can probably make it. If you pick any day of the week, there's a 50-50 chance I'll have off that day.
Yeah, so I'm not sure right now if we're going to do bi-weekly, weekly, or whatever. I need to do some calculations with the whole shift stuff. But at the same time, I might be moving jobs in the next couple of weeks anyway, so that's going to have even more of an impact on it that I don't know, because that's me moving to a Monday to Friday 9 to 5. But again, I don't know if that's how that's going to go. So there's unfortunately a lot of change going on here and in my personal life as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm predicting a shift change coming up for me too.
Yeah.
Well, one guy on my shift just quit. 2 more are probably getting jobs elsewhere. So
Ooh,
we're gonna need to. Yeah, it's the 3 most experienced guys on the shift are leaving.
Excellent. Yeah, that's always fun when that happens.
Good for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting without them.
Yeah. Now we've got a situation like that with our place at the moment. Anyone that's decent disappears, and moves on. And it's just the grumpy old men like me and Charles that are left. Let's go with that. All right then, Charles, you back with us? Ready?
All drugged up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I make drugs. I can get you something.
Okay then, so carrying where we left off, so you've just spent the next about 10 minutes resting up. Johanna has healed most of you up to relatively high HP compared to what you all were. The magic circles lay inert and functionless on the floor. However, you can following the same pattern of the staircases. There is still the light go to the top, and previously where you could see a dim blue glow coming from this level of the tower, there is definitely a much heavier blue glow coming from above you.
So we press on.
Right. Temerity, may I suggest if we have another room like this at the top, then you might want to allow me to cast a spell into it before you run in there.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, so who's going first?
Temerity.
Okay, Temerity. So again, we're now moving around to the left.
Oh, there I am.
So clockwise.
So this way, right? So I'm following behind Temerity and trying to head off any attempt to do the same thing again.
Okay. Aishi and the rest will follow up behind in due course, but they're not going to do a lot. So
I want to. Can I roll a stealth check to be unseen?
Unhidden? Yeah, you can roll a stealth check to be unhidden. Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to try to.
I am as unhidden as I am gonna get.
You feel really stealthy. Go forward. So, Temerity, as you walk around the corner, you can kind of see the source of the glowing light. As you head up, you can now see that you've reached the pinnacle, the top of this tower, the open sky, as if there were sky, but kind of in the open cavern top, probably a good 30-40 feet above you. In front of you, within the centre of this tower, you can see this huge, glowing bluish crystal, kind of suspended and just gently floating in place, very similar to the setup that was within Draken Fort, with a smaller version, with a smaller crystal there, just hovering in place, slowly spinning. It's glowing, it is pulsing, and still illuminating quite a large swath of blue light, covering the entire top area here, and filling the cavern as well with this ominous blue light.
I think this is your specialty, Hasai.
Yeah, I think let's not go in there just yet. I think let's go and see if there's anybody else around here. Because if there's no guardians, then it's going to be trapped.
So you kind of have a wander around. You can see all below you in the cavern system. As you wander around, this place seems empty. You see no guards. You see no guardians.
Can I see the other tower from up here?
Yes, so from where you are now... the towers extend slightly higher above than the ziggurat does. And you can see on the other end, you can see directly across you, you can see the other watchtower. A very similar sight from what you can see here, glowing above the other side. It doesn't, from what you can see, it doesn't appear that the other group has reached the pinnacle yet.
Okay.
So, Sai, as you look around, you confirm and do a perimeter sweep. There are no entities up here.
Okay. Right. Does anybody know anything about these crystals other than what we've seen? Is it?
Would I have any, like, since undead specialty, since they're from this area, would I know anything about them?
Not really, unfortunately. Your knowledge doesn't kind of extend to the nature of undead and what they are and how they work. But this crystal and this magic is not your area, unfortunately.
Well, from what I know of these crystals can be used to store magical energy and then release it. Oh, Aishi's just going in and ignoring me. Fair enough.
Oh, it'll be fine. Aishi walks up to it, has a look around, gives it a sniff. Kind of looks back towards Hasai in like a quizzical manner, like cocks his head to the side, almost like a small puppy.
Yeah. Well, not that you're going to listen to me, but I wouldn't touch that.
As you're saying that, he raises a fist. Bang! And just punches the side of it. Clong! You can hear almost he's hitting a gong. You can hear a resonance. Nothing.
I'm going round the corner until it dies down.
Seconds later, a spark of blue energy just lances out, striking Aishi in the chest and sending him flying backwards, dealing a few points of lightning damage as he struck back. Oh, that hurt! Temerity, you kind of recognise this as similar to the energy that you saw hit the scout when he tried to open the door.
Okay. So I'm going back around the long way.
Right.
And I'm going to let Hasai know that that's the same electricity that killed the guy at the door.
Okay. Well, as I was trying to say before Aishi decided to do his own investigation, these crystals are very good at storing magical energy. It can then be released in the form of some sort of ritual or spell. Now, unless we can find some way to disperse the energy, which I think we lack the knowledge to do, we may have to break this thing.
Sounds good to me.
As Aishi has noticed, it's likely to release the energy at what breaks it.
Yeah.
And
so you're saying we need to hit this from a bit further away?
I can do that.
Go on, give it a go. I'll hide behind this rock. So
I'm going to study it and see if I can find any glyphs or sigils, some way that I might be able to depower this thing.
Make an Arcana check.
I can hit this thing from water deep, right? Because I want to be real far away.
Yeah. So, Hasai, you spend a few minutes investigating this and having a look around. It is just a smooth, floaty crystal. No sigils, no runes adorn it. The floor, it seems to hover under its own magical field. Nothing seems to be holding it in place. It's just a floaty crystal.
And there's nothing on the floor beneath it.
Nope.
Alright. Can we try and put a rope around it and see if we can pull it?
Okay.
a distance.
You can try.
I want to see if we can move it off its central, where it is. It's worth a try. So,
Yeah.
Aishi goes up and starts to. He loops a rope and he tries to throw it over the top. He does manage to. It takes him a few tries, but he successfully lassos the crystal. As he starts to try and pull it.
from a distance.
As he does so, the same spark of bluish energy shoots down the rope, strikes Aishi, and he smacks against the same wall, leaving another imprint and taking another 5 lightning damage as the rope just burns away.
Right, okay.
You're meant to be smart. That was a... No! Ow! Temerity, shoot
Well-
it. It hurt me.
Okay.
I have a spell called Shatter, which may well do damage to this thing.
Well, just
If this thing
hit it.
goes up, it's likely to be dramatic. Would people like me to do that? I'll have to cast it at 3rd level.
Yep.
But it's,
From all the way over here, you want me to just try shooting it first, since arrows are less expensive than spells, I think.
okay.
So I'm gonna
Firing with a
I'm-
normal arrow or
I
a
suggest-
charged arrow?
charged arrow.
I suggest everybody retreats down the stairs a little bit. It might take out the top floor when this thing goes.
Aishi just
Wait,
stays
what?
at the top and just looks around like, come on, do it, do it, do it. This will be really cool.
Alright.
Make me a normal. So are you using a charged or just your standard arrow?
Alright, so.
Yeah.
Is that a normal
also
arrow or a
got-
charged one?
That's the charged arrow.
Okay, so you launch your flaming arrow again. As it leaves your bow, it ignites in dragon flame. Strikes against the side of the crystal. Ping! Suddenly, you hear a rumble.
I move.
And then a distant explosion rattles the cavern. As you look over, and the tower to the other side of you, the crystal has detonated, sending fragments across the cavern. The light dispersing, almost in a pulse of energy that kind of washes over you. No effect, but you can feel it like a shockwave, as you just see the debris of the crystal on the other side just disintegrates.
I saw
So-
shatter it.
So is that a coincidence? Has the other team just blown up their crystal? Or was that actually tied into what you did?
I definitely did that.
Do it
Verity
again.
just used his rage. He didn't shoot your crystal, he shot the other one.
From this tower.
How far away is it? Because I got a hell of a range.
To be honest, you've got like 500-foot range. You could probably hit Mars.
600.
Oh yeah, you can hit it from here. It's gone though.
I'm going to... I use the message thing that we got off Wes,
Yes.
because I believe it's got its charge back, and I'm going to call Vala and go, yes, your crystal seems to... crystal detonated. Do you need us to do the same?
You almost hear it's almost staticky, the response you get back, as the area seems to be tinged with this powerful magic. You hear, we managed to use one of the staffs from one of the mages, and it bang. Stay back when you do it. We lost a man in the explosion. Be careful. We meet you at this. We destroy yours, and we shall meet you at the entrance to the ziggurat.
Okay. All right. Well, they have destroyed theirs, and I know a way we can destroy this one. The thing I picked up from the mage will destroy it, because that's how they did it. As you've seen, it's quite a big explosion when it happens.
So we should go downstairs. Bye. Duel goes downstairs.
Basically, yes.
Johanna moves towards the side and say, use your staff. I will stay here and protect you as best I can. She kind of just draws a tower shield in front and just sticks it on the floor. Stay behind this. You should be. We'll see how we go.
Okay, so Johanna, should we go with the staff, or do you think I should try with one of my own spells first and save the staff for later? This thing appears to have a disintegrate spell. That's a powerful spell.
I'll take your word for it. If you've got a powerful spell, I'd say use it. This thing doesn't look like... We don't have time to be messing around here. We've already wasted a lot of time resting. Let's just get this thing done and go.
Right, I used the staff.
Temerity, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like duck down onto the ground and throw the robes that the mage was wearing over me.
Aishi, go down the stairs.
He kind of looks at you pleadingly and fine, and he walks off, stomping as he goes. Dual, you headed downstairs as well?
Yeah, I've fucked off.
Okay.
I put Ferris downstairs as well. Okay, so go on.
I try to use the rod, and as soon as I've cast the thing, I'm saying to Yana, as soon as I've done this, we're out of here.
Okay, roll me a d20. Just straight d20. Okay, so you point the rod, not quite using the similar technique that Alice showed you before, about releasing the energy built up within these dragon crystals, and you concentrate, and it takes you a few seconds, and as you use the staff, you can feel the energy pulse through it. It hurts, and you feel a searing pain in your head as you try and focus. This spell is far more powerful than anything you've ever dealt with before, and you struggle to contain it. After a few seconds, you open your eyes and this tiny, almost a thread-like beam of green, darkish energy just shoots out towards the crystal, striking dead center as you duck behind Johanna and knelt down behind a tower shield. Nanoseconds after the beam hits, you see just from where you are, a small area in the crystal just cracks and spreads like shattered glass almost instantly around the crystal, up the sides, and bang! The crystal detonates with a huge wave of force, knocking both you and Johanna back against the turreted wall behind you. Johanna's shield absorbing a decent chunk of the damage, but the force still knocks you back, and you both take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you strike the wall. Well, you take 5, Johanna takes 10, as she kind of absorbs a big chunk of the impact force. Temerity, the robes above you just ripped away and blown away and fly off the side of the tower. You get a few bits of shrapnel catch you, and you also take 5 points of piercing damage as a few crystal shards rip through your back. Below, for those of you below and hiding within the tower base, the tower itself shakes and shudders under the force of the impact. Bits of dust and rocks fall from the ceiling, but you manage to deftly step out of the way. And the rumblings continues for almost a minute, and then just grinds to a halt. And then there's just a strange calmness, not quite a calmness, but a lack of noise, a lack of sound, falls and descends upon the tower itself. You still have dust particles and tiny fragments of the crystal drift down towards the roof, but the glow is gone. The illumination plaguing from the cavern is gone, and you're all plunged into darkness. This dark, cold feeling that has been persistently there is still there. You still feel the shadows pressing in around you. You still feel cold, constricted. But but in the dark.
I think
We did it.
Down to the gate.
Johanna turns to you. You all right?
Oh, that hurt. And I'm not just talking about the explosion. Ow. Yeah, I think I need to improve my skills before I do that again.
You did a good job, lad. She gives you a pat on the shoulder. And as she does so, you can see one of the arms where she was holding a shield. Most of the armour has been stripped away, and she's got this black and charred, partially bleeding arm where she absorbed some of the blast.
Ooh, are you alright? You seem to be somewhat singed.
I'll be fine. Let's go. I've got a job to do. And she starts heading down towards the stairs, slight limp in her gait.
I think if we have potions, I think a short rest and things before we do the next bit might be a good idea.
She, as walking down the stairs, I have a feeling that what we just did won't go unnoticed.
I agree.
Sitting to rest may not be the best idea right now. We need to move.
Well,
Hopefully,
you're more experienced than I am.
hopefully some of Viola's group is still with us. They'll help us for the final push. Yes, Temerity?
As I'm going through, I want to go through the main room to get it, and I want to pick up a good-sized piece of the crystal.
Yeah, there are several. The crystal was shattered very, very thoroughly, actually. But there are several like fist-sized chunks of crystal that you can grab. They don't hold the same glow. They seem relatively inert. You're not really versed that one in the ways of arcane magic, but you can tell this crystal's energy is expended.
Yep, that's what I was hoping for.
Okay, so you all head down and you kind of reconvene in the central chamber below you. You can see bits of the now that you get to have a look around. Those of you that can with the dark vision, which is all of you actually, and by the light projected by Johanna's disruption mace, you can see now along the obsidian walls of this tower have developed large cracks. Some shattered in places, a few nicks here, but particularly against one of the walls or one of the sides, there is this large, jagged crack just heading all the way down the tower. And a similar light to the floor, but the tower seems relatively stable, but it won't take another thing like that.
Can I actually work out what this spell did or how it worked? The thing that we've broken. Looking at runes, even if just seeing if I can learn anything from it, really.
This is, as you look over this is old magic. You recognise the odd symbol here and there, but it's written in a language that you don't understand. But it does have arcane subtext to it that you can kind of pull out bits and bobs. From what you can see, this did appear to be some kind of a warding spell, but you can't really tell much more than that, unfortunately.
I'm going to take out my notebook and draw this for later study.
Okay, you managed to sketch down a few of the runes and a general idea of the circle pretty quickly. Johanna says to the group, Let's meet up with the group. Come on. Let's go. So it starts to descend the tower in a relatively sluggish fashion. Very weary.
How are we for potions, everybody? I think our cleric might benefit from them.
You kind of hear, I'll be fine. I can heal.
Yes, but the more damaged you are, the more likely you are to go down, and you're the one that keeps the rest of us up.
I knew you couldn't do anything with that, mate. Let's go. She descends the tower. What do the rest of you want to do? Are you descending, or is there anything else you want to do?
Following her.
I'm following her.
Yeah, follow.
Okay, so it doesn't take you very long, only a few minutes to drop out of the head out of the temple into the cavern area in general, where you where you stand in front of and you see just across the way in the darkness. You can see Vala's group of blood hunters, a few of them holding torches, a few undead scattered around them. As you approach, you can see that they're wary. A few of their members are looking a bit rough, a bit bloodied, but relatively intact. You do remember that there was, I think there was six of them to start with, 7 with Vala, minus 1 scout. There was 6. There's now only 4 of them remaining,
including Vala.
4 including Vala. So there's only 4 scouts remaining. All of them, most of them, looking pretty rough, but standing.
I'm assuming that the rod thing that I got is now completely discharged.
The crystal remains in the top, but it's inert.
Right. So potentially it could be recharged if I knew how.
Possibly.
Stick it in the bag of holding for now.
Okay. So as you approach, Vala waves you over. Good job, my friends. You've done well. Oh, I see you looking a bit rough yourself.
Yeah, we're a bit thin.
I know that feeling, but we have a job to do.
Okay.
The ziggurat
Right.
should be the way should be open now. We must move quickly
Let's
before.
test the theory before we actually touch it again.
What do you suggest?
Yes.
My arcanist died in the explosion.
Well, initially something basic like temerity, or somebody just chuck something at it to see if it sets something off.
Oh. I take that the part of the piece of the crystal that I got and throw it at the door.
Ting. Just bounces straight off.
Okay.
Right. I recover the crystal.
You die. So the crystal is recovered. It seems fine.
Okay. Well, I've got an identify spell which I can cast on it. It's just going to take me a while. So I don't have...
I pull the door open.
Temerity walks up,
It's only a minute.
grabs the big beefy handle. As you do so, you're
We could
hit
do that.
with a wave of dank, stale air as it rushes up, kind of like an airlock. You're covered head to toe in this,
Yes,
just
I got it too.
horrible, stale, stagnant, dusty air. It smells of death and decay. But you don't get electrocuted.
Discovered something that smells worse than Grimble.
I resent that. As he's just as you turn around, you see he's like just washing under his arm, with like a sponge, and you can smell ale.
Seriously?
Hey,
Oh dear.
if I'm gonna die, I gotta smell good.
Let's get this over with quick. I don't like this place. Reminds me too much of the other tombs.
Hey,
Okay.
all right, onwards. I will lead the way, says Vala. Scouts come, and you enter this. You enter into this this dark, almost glassy obsidian ziggurat. As you traverse through, you pass through several.
Are we trying to be stealthy?
If you want to be stealthy, just roll me stealth rolls.
Well, I'm taking a lead from the scouts. It's more a question of...
They're stealthy by default.
I guess we
Really,
should
the
all do it,
question
so.
was, do I have the lights out or not?
They've all
And
extinguished
that-
their torches.
What?
They've all extinguished their torches.
So I don't then, okay.
So they kind of creep through. You guys following behind, being stealthy and as quiet as possible. And you traverse the interior of the ziggurat for quite some time. You pass through It seems quite simple and basic in construction. You pass through room based around one long central corridor with rooms offshooting to each side. As you pass through the rooms, you can see
Apart from can't see anything.
He had a night vision potion earlier. You look into some of these rooms and you can see these almost like catacomb-like tombs, rows and rows and rows of mummified and dead corpses, skeletons. Half of the rooms that you pass through seem empty, and you get the idea. And some of the ones you look at, these look similar to the shambling corpses that assaulted the likes of Neverwinter and Draken Keep, and you kind of get the assumption of this was where the bulk of the undead forces arose from, marched out into the world. But there is still a large source of fuel of bodies here. You pass a few basic, what look to be laboratories or construction areas. You see half-built golems, strange-looking metallic, look to be like walking sets of armor. All seem to be relatively inert as you pass through this cavern area.
I turn to Vala and go, seriously? You left all this stuff like this, and you didn't think it was going to come back to bite you?
I wasn't there.
I didn't mean you personally. I mean your order. This is a disaster waiting to happen.
It's not always that easy with undead.
This guy does.
You have to remember, they were killed.
The origins of the order, they nearly perished sealing this place, let alone destroying it. There is dark magic here, powerful magic, that is not easily erased. Now, shh, we must go. Quiet.
As Temerity was talking, you could tell there's like a slight quiver to his voice, and he is like terrified of this. He hates being here.
As you spend the next probably 10-15 minutes traversing through the tomb, through this ziggurat, and going up several. The bottom layer seems the larger lower levels seem to be primarily these strange construction areas, catacombs, large tombs of mass graves, and almost holding areas for large storage of undead creatures and things. As you go through, silence. As you move stealthily through, apart from the odd bit of noise made by the heavily armoured cleric, sorry. As Thomas actually jingles a little bit. The tomb is scarily silent. Again, it's not quiet. There is no sound. Noise that you'd expect to echo doesn't. It's just absorbed into the darkness surrounding you again, and that dark, shadowy feeling again presses in all around you. The next couple of levels are similar. Some of them simple laboratories or construction areas and the like. As you traverse through, you find to the last staircase, which appears to lead up to the last level.
As we're going past these laboratories, you can see Hesai wanting to go and investigate, but he's resisting.
Good. So give me two. So you finally ascend a strange stone staircase. It's almost at the end of one of the large corridors and just ascends to the next level. Let me just drop you all onto the map. So for information, we're all starting right at the bottom. Can you see there, Duo?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, then sorry, I just need to fix all of your sight ranges as well.
We've come in from the bottom, have we? Oh, shut up.
Yes, Charles, you have come in from the bottom.
Sorry.
You're at the southern end of this map.
Yeah. Caught me off guard then. Okay.
As you say this, a few of the blood hunters snigger. Varley just shoots them dagger eyes. Shut the fuck up. Okay. So everyone should be on the map. You should all be able to see now. About 30 foot. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So as you ascend this stone staircase, you all enter up in this wide walkway. Ahead of you, heavy in the darkness, you can see heavy stone doors bar your passage. There are corridors heading left and right. As you kind of move forward into like this crossroads area, you can see two large golden braziers burning with bright bluish green fire.
I'm going to very carefully not stand on the skulls in the middle of the tiles.
They're there for decoration, but if you want to play
I
that
know,
game,
but
you're
I'm
welcome.
paranoid. Okay.
Fala moves forwards and has and the rest of her blood hunters move with her as well. Let's get rid of him actually. Yeah, sorry. She has a look around. Looks over to Temerity and gives you kind of like a almost a silent signal to go and check that right while they go left. I go this way, you go that way.
Right.
And her hunters, they kind of fan out and head towards the left-hand side and have a look around.
Dig. I really did stop being in the front.
Grimble, the rest of the crew kind of mill around in the entranceway, having a look around. So as you get there, you can see this large golden skull-like sigil imprinted into the ground. Quite large, quite tall. Imagine it's probably about 4 foot tall. And in front of it stands this large golden brazier burning with this greenish bluish light. Normally fire gives out heat. This one doesn't. It's almost as you get closer to it, you feel colder. It's almost drawing energy in from its surroundings.
Can I tell what's burning?
There's nothing in there.
No
Just-
fuel, no kindling?
Just fire.
I'm going to see if I can use my identify ability, which will take me a little bit of time. So I'm ritualing it.
Okay.
That's
What do you
1
want?
minute.
Temerity, Duel, is there anything you want to do while Asai ritualizes?
Yeah. I would suggest not touching this stuff until I've worked out what it is.
Yeah, I was going to try and put it out with prestidigitation, but maybe not.
Points for effort.
I want to check out this skull that's on the ground.
Okay. So
Pretty
looking
cool.
at it, it just it's relatively detailed and it's quite, like I said, quite large. But there are no complex markings around it. There are no inset jewels, no writing, no glyphs, or anything like that. It seems pretty. It looks just like a nice shiny skull.
Is it cast into the floor, or is it like a massive coin that you could like prize up?
So it's kind of got like a large golden base, and the skull kind
Right.
of comes out of that. It's flat.
Okay.
So it is a bit like a coin, but it's kind of like flat on the floor.
Yeah.
So Hasai.
Too heavy to lift up.
Oh yeah, this thing's big.
Okay. Yeah.
So Hasai, you cast your identify spell on this, and it seems to be some kind of variant on possible something like the ever burning flame spell, but it's been modified, and you don't understand it.
Okay. Right.
Phylactery. Destroy it. That's it. I've done it.
I don't think so.
Solved the mystery.
My guess is it gives off more than just light. It's possibly giving off some form of anti-life aura, but that's just guesswork. This is magic that I only partially understand.
Does the coin press down?
Sorry?
Like if I put pressure on the coin, will it go down?
You can try it.
I'm trying.
You kind of tried to put some force upon the skull sigil, and no, doesn't move. It seems pretty solid. Johanna walked up behind you guys. So, what have we got here? Ooh, that looks weird.
Yeah, we've got spell. It's a variation on the ever-burning flame, but it doesn't use fire magic. It's almost like it uses the opposite. I would say it's a necromantic version. Maybe it's the opposite of flame and light energy. It's
Interesting.
not healthy.
Stand back. Got an idea. As she moves towards it, she takes out her mace of disruption, which emits this bright, glowing aura. As she moves it towards it, the flame kind of almost recedes and cowers away from it. Interesting. Stands back. I'm going to try something. This could work, or it could go horribly, horribly wrong. Watch out.
Horribly wrong in the explosive sense, or a different sense?
I don't know, and that's the fun part. She casts Sacred Flame upon the brazier, and strike a small pillar of light shoots down, striking the centre of the brazier, and the light and the flame kind of dissipates and gone. Oh, that worked.
Okay. I take it you... Right, so would that be like the opposite of Sacred Flame, and you've neutralised it?
Ah.
So, would that have been an unholy flame? Is there such a thing?
Beats me. She walks over to the... Hey, guys! Watch this! As you can see, you look over and you can see the other ones like... They're looking around, just kind of not sure what to do. You can see there's a small gash mark in the brazier where someone's trying to poke it with a stick or something. So it's, just move out of the way.
Did anything happen to the coin?
No, so the entire the coin? You mean the skull?
Skull.
Skull.
No.
Skull coin? Okay.
And she dissipates the... Let's see if I can do this. There we go. And she dissipates the flame within the braziers. And as you do so, you kind of feel a semblance of warmth return to the room.
And the big door opens.
And there is a... you don't notice anything else. Vala and the rest of her scouts move back towards the beginning of the good date. Vala turns to the group and says, "There is some whatever feeds this place is beyond that door. Prepare yourselves. This is going to be a tough fight." Are you ready?
I'd like to ask a question before we go in. Can anyone stabilize someone, or do you need like a medicine kit?
With a decent, so you use a medicine kit due to stabilize, but if you successfully, someone's like rolling the death saving throws, and you make a decent medicine check, you can add death saving throws to it, so you can give them succeeds and stuff like that.
Right.
So effectively, you can roll death saves for them, but that works both ways.
Okay.
So if you go medicine check and you roll 3,
more chance of death.
you could probably give them a fail.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does, yeah.
Does anyone want to cast any spells on themselves before we go in? I'm going to.
I have shield, but I don't think it's worth it, really.
Shield's a reaction.
Oh, okay. I don't need to do it then.
Johanna casts Shield of Faith on herself.
I cast Protection from Evil.
Okay. Gustav, the door. You see this hulking blood hunter wielding a big two-handed sword moves forwards. Kindar moves up as well. They both grab hold of these. Both grab hold of a handle each and pull open these heavy stone doors, opening the way inside.
Oh dear.
As the doors open, from where you are, you can see more of these ever-burning braziers ignite all around the room, igniting the area.
Okay. As soon as I see the nasty guy there, I am going to cast a fucking fireball at him.
Which nasty guy?
The one at the end of the room.
Should be able to see him too well, actually. He should be pretty much obscured to you. So, let me just do this. Actually, one sec, I may have messed my lighting up. 1 second.
Be able to see him when you cast fireball.
Yeah.
But this is, you're not allowed to see him yet.
Yes.
I mean, even if you cast at the other guy, it should hit him. That's a big enough radius.
Yeah.
1 second, let me just fix my lighting. The idea here was something else.
Yeah, that looks better. For me, at least.
I thought I'd fix this. Obviously I hadn't. My apologies, guys.
I also suggest that when we go to this door, we spread out as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then, so in theory, now, if I do this properly, you should,
Now I can't see him.
you shouldn't be able to see much. Excellent, that was the idea. And it's kind of annihilated any and all dramatic tension. Anyway, so several of these ever-burning braziers light up around the room, kind of illuminating this central this large open chamber in a dull, pale blue light. You hear from within the darkness, "You dare bring the warmth of life into my domain? This will be your doom." I'd like you all to roll initiative.
Well,
Now I roll initiative for 7,000 people.
Ooh, you've done alright.
doing well for a change.
Fucking hell. We're gonna win this fight. Whee!
Yeah, apparently so.
If not, we can at least pretend. We did give it something.
I'm just making sure I roll for the right people. And, Grimble.
I'm actually nervous.
Good. Sorry, you have to give me a few minutes because all of these sheets needed opening individually. Okay, then you. Roll for you. Roll for you. Roll for you. And then roll for you as well. Oh God. I think, wow, I roll well. Okay then. Temerity. So you've just seen, from where you are, you can't see a lot. You can see the dark blue light that has, the pale blue light that started to illuminate the cavern. You've heard this threat from the darkness and the gloom. It half sounded like it came from within you, but it also sounded like it came from the walls itself, and just passed through you like a dark wind. What would you like to do?
I don't
Cry?
know what my speed is anymore.
For those of you, for information, wetting yourselves is a free action.
See any better? Can I see anybody in here now? No, still can't see anyone. Shit. I go to here, hide behind the pillar. Still can't see anyone. So I'm gonna go up there, and I want to yell out. You didn't happen to live in the pyramid in the desert, did you? And that's my turn.
Okay.
Hold on. Say, I got a bone to pick with that guy.
Oh, very good.
That's your turn. So Kindar is, you can't quite see, so he's going to move forwards and just rush in. As he gets closer, as he steps into the room, this large, hulking mass of armoured plates and steel components, kind of, that was previously almost in like a heap on the floor, assembles itself into the semblance of this large suit of animated armour. He looks at it and goes, oh shit, and moves towards it using a dash action. And that's Gindar's turn. Joel.
Oh crap. Wasn't ready for that.
Have anything big and impressive? Now is the time.
Well, my
Yeah, I've been
things
saving
kind
them
of,
up.
mine don't really work like that. I think this guy's going to be too clever to be able to like hypnotized or anything like that. I'm going to run in first of all.
Can you light the place up so we can see?
No. I don't have that. Oh, I can see the guy now. Right, here we go. Fucking have you, mate. I'm gonna cast. Hang on. I'm gonna cast. I don't know if this will work, but heat metal on that thing that's made of metal.
I believe that's a touch spell.
Oh fuck! It is. Oh no, range. Well, it says range 60 feet.
Okay.
Yes.
Might actually
it.
work.
That's
Have it, you
interesting.
shithead.
Okay.
Damage, but I can apparently, as a bonus, I can cast it again each turn to do damage again. Does that look right?
I'm just trying to figure out how this affects it actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna check
Well,
something.
if there's a magic,
This is interesting.
but it will be attacked by fire.
Just check something.
Okay.
You made me open my book, go through the book now.
Sorry.
No, this is. I'll give you points for
Creativity.
yeah.
It would certainly work against if there was a human inside it.
Yeah, but if it's just a suit of armor, theoretically it just ruins the temper and lowers the AC.
Or you just turn
believe-
this shield guardian into a glowing shield guardian of death that has flaming attacks.
Yeah. If it touches you, it does more damage.
Sonnet, you deal. So the shield guardian glows, begins to glow. Its entire body becomes almost a beacon of light as its metal is heated to super hot temperatures, dealing and it takes 8 points of fire damage. I broke it.
Yeah.
I broke the thing. I just put it to NA health. Okay. Is that your turn?
Of course, you don't want to be hit by it now, though.
I'll just try and move behind this brazier a little bit, just to hide.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
I don't know,
right
like
behind
water
the
cover.
blazing brazier of death, then. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Hasai.
Okay. Right. Possibly for the last time, I'm going to put the lights in the room.
Go find them.
Light him up. Let's see what he looks like.
Light him up, light him up. There you go. There's your lights. Can you see them?
I should have 4. There you go.
Yeah, I've got 4 there. That is an action, isn't it?
Oh shit, you're right.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We need to see.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So I have illuminated the guy.
You gonna move?
Yes, I am going.
Don't move the other way.
I'm going to move out
What
of the
a-
temple
what a pussy.
completely.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to stand there so he can blat me.
Okay then.
He takes up 4 spaces. He's massive.
So the beefy blood hunter in front of you, you can almost hear him chuckle and snigger. You hear he chants an activation word under his breath, and the great sword that he has is illuminated in magical fire. It's let's start from there. Becomes a giant flaming weapon. And he charges towards the Shield Guardian, having to use a dash action to get there, and that's his turn. Ferris.
Using a dash action, he will get to the lich, and nothing
Oh, God.
else. Yeah, he's going for
Whatever we
broke.
do, let's
Yeah.
spread out.
No, I
Let's
can't
not all
kill.
stand
Don't do this, because I
together.
can't kill Ferris. That's evil.
I got a plan.
Okay.
It involves Ferris killing because you can't kill him. That's all Ferris can do.
Okay. One of the other blood hunters races in, following suit as she goes. Not with the giggle this time, but she draws a longbow from her back, knocking an arrow as she runs, and the bow itself crackles with as she draws it. You can see it crackles with lightning energy as it arcs from tip to tip as she runs in round the corner, standing next to Duel.
Oh, hello.
So let's do that. And she takes aim and she looses an arrow towards the lich with her bow. Firing 2 arrows. First one strikes the lich true, just sticking into its arm. The second one careening above. The lich looks down, snaps it, pulls it and chucks it to the floor. The arrows seem to have that's right. As he does so, the lightning damage sparks off from the first one, hitting for 8 points of lightning damage. 8 points of lightning damage. But he seems to just shrug it off completely. You're unsure if it had much effect or not. Vala, following suit with her colleagues, draws both of her hand crossbows from their sheaths on her legs, one igniting in fire, the other sparking with lightning, as she runs in and darts out to the left-hand side using a dash action to get round to her. And that's her turn. Aishi! YOLO! Uses a dash action, he just runs straight up to the fucking ledge, following
Of
Ferris.
course.
You know it's what he'd do.
Yep.
I can always count on Aishi to be the first one to die before Ferris.
Exactly. Okay. At the end of Aishi's turn, our Lichy friend is going to use one of his legendary actions.
Oh crap.
As Aishi runs into range, he reaches out with a bony claw-like hand, dead mottled black skin stretched thin over his fingers, and attempts to use a paralyzing touch, which does it
Misses, right?
sorry, I was having a look at it. Meant to be a plus 12. Oh god, there's a lot of numbers. What do you roll? Rolled a 13, which is meant to be plus 12.
Fucking hell.
Sorry, I've kind of half filled these spells in. It's not quite that. That was actually about a 19 to hit.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not fudging the Lich's things. I added these spells in literally half an hour before the session did, just to make it a bit easier, so not everything's right. But it is a hit, and Aishi takes 10 points of cold damage, and needs to succeed on a DC 17 con save. And fails.
Oh,
As Claw picks out, grabs Aishi by the throat. And you can just see his body stiffens up. And he's frozen in place. The final Blood Hunter runs up, drawing a quarterstaff from his back, running up as quick to about here. Not a quarterstaff at all. He takes a bow from his back, ignites it with lightning energy, and then fires one shot towards Lichy McLitchface. Sorry, 2 shots, both striking, dealing an additional 7. So 10 points of lightning of fire damage. As the arrows strike, Lich does not seem to care. And he just strips the arrows from his body, throwing them to the ground. His turn. Let's have a look. What's my toy box? The Lich, still in front of Aishi, reaches forwards. Just places his hand on the bold monk's head. I did not feel this one properly then.
Johanna doesn't seem to be in the list now.
Let me roll her now. Thank you. Sorry, I had a lot of initiatives to roll. I'll put her in I'll give her a turn after this. Come on, Johanna. Don't be shy. There you go. As he puts a hand out, and grasps Aishi pretty much by the face, and casts so many sheets, and do that. Don't need that. I need that. I need that. I think. Let's see. Did I do this properly? Let's find out. Go. Ooh.
4. Yeah.
What?
Aishi attempts to resist. Does not succeed the fail and takes 41 points of necrotic
Oh
damage.
my god.
And as his limp body falls to the ground, just the breath escaping his lungs, and he falls to the ground. Lich looks around. All of you who defy me will meet the same fate. So Johanna's turn. She's just going to use a dash action to run into here, and that's going to be her turn.
What did Grimble do?
Where's
Did we miss him?
Where is Grimble? Yeah, I did miss Grimble. He was meant to be after Aishi. Sorry. Grimble is going to use his bonus action to bear shift,
Mm-hmm.
and to Grimble the bear, and he's going to then just lumber in to here. I think he probably let you get to there. Okay. Shield Guardian's turn. So our Shield Guardian is going to look down at the 2 lovely targets it's got in front of it, and is going to make 1 smash attack against Kindar, and 1 smash attack against Gustav. So for Kindar is a miss, Gustav is also a miss, I think. Yes. These blazing fists of molten metal singeing past, just singeing the hairs as they dodge around. Temerity.
I am going to cast spells.
I'm going to do the thing, Temerity.
Hunter's Mark.
On Lich face?
On the Lich. Yep.
Okay.
So I get an extra d6. And let's see how. What this guy's made out.
Are you using a charge?
Yes, I am. That's already in there.
Fine. Okay. Is that with Hunter's Mark as well?
Yep.
So that. Thinking. Yeah, no, that'll hit.
Did you use your bardic inspiration already, Temerity?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
So the arrow flies past, igniting in fire as it launches, striking against the creature. Now you're gonna have to remind me for the dragon flame bow. I can't remember if I put it on the. I think I may have put it on the item description. But does that turn your attack into a magic attack as well?
Well, the bow itself is magical.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So you strike, and this hits hard. You strike the lich in the chest as he reels back. You're next.
Cool. So is that no? Don't know the guy?
He doesn't seem to respond to your queries at this point.
Fine.
Yeah, that's it. Kindar is going to, after narrowly avoiding the Shield Guardian's smash, he's going to jump, lash out with 2 great axe swings. Both striking and hitting for 20 points of slashing damage, leaving a gash across the metal. You can, as it strikes the creature's chest.
Does he add any right damage?
He hasn't activated it yet. I'll get to that. Duel.
Okay, so as my bonus, I'm gonna reignite the heat metal thing and do 8 more damage to the Shield Guardian.
Okay. The Guardian just pulses with flaming energy. And Kindar and Gustav feel a wave of heat just push over them, but no effect.
Also, I realised I just reread it. He gets disadvantage on his attacks if he can't get rid of the thing. But as he's made of metal,
I'll make a ruling on that when we get to it. I think. Because,
okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't really seem fair to him, but I don't like him so.
Presumably, if you kill him, he's going to melt.
I don't. You're assuming a lot here, Charles.
And I'm going to cast Fairy Fire as well on the 2 of them, which I think is fine, yeah.
So it's Dex saves for both, isn't it? Is it Dex saves?
Yeah.
Yes, Dex.
So, Shieldy Guardian, this obviously very dexterous Guardian, rolls a 3. So he is illuminated in a lovely purple glow.
Lovely.
Red hot purple. Hot purple. And Horin. Dex save. Fails as well.
Yes.
And he gets a lovely purple glow as well.
You fuck. Can he be lit up now because he's like bright violet? Can you make him emit light?
No,
Thank you.
I can make him purple.
Okay, that's good enough for me.
And I can do the same for shielding with shield face.
Look at that.
Is that
Beautiful. That is amazing. I'm also going to move. I'm going to move like spread out over here, just so I'm out of the way of everyone.
Okay, Hasai.
Okay, just bear with me a second. I'm just having a quick play with my settings.
I don't know where you are.
Right. So, first thing to do is go with that. Whoops, not too far. I've gone too far. Shit. So I'm probably going up to here. Which means I can see. Oh, great. Okay.
This is all in character. I was like, oh great.
Which means I can't do what I wanted to do because everybody's stood in the way. Brilliant.
Feel free to berate your team after you're dead.
Okay, well. In which case, I will do Chromatic Orb at level 3 against Lich Face.
Make your attack roll.
That's going to be a fire one.
That's a very impressive chromatic orb.
Just a moment. I haven't set it up properly at level 3. That's what I was trying to do.
Roll it at a lower level and we'll just add a D to it.
Right. Okay, and that's plus 1d8.
So roll your d8.
Assuming.
Roll your d8.
Right.
You do have advantage,
Alright.
so you can roll again if you want to. Because of the fairy
What?
fire.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll take the 17. Roll your extra
Okay.
d8. Try, close, put a forward slash. Yeah, you do 14 as the small bead of energy shoots forward. What's the range on that? 60 feet?
90.
90.
Okay. Fires out and this small ball of energy impacts Lichy McLitch face. Dealing
In a rather
14
pathetic
points
display.
of fire damage. Gustav is going to make 2 greatsword attacks. First one missing, even with advantage. The second one does strike true, dealing 3 points of slashing damage, and also 8 points of fire damage. Ferris.
Ferris is gonna tear into this guy. That's what
Okay.
Ferris does.
And misses horribly.
He has advantage because of the fairy fire.
Oh, he
Just
still
saying.
misses horribly.
Just making sure.
That's
Just
alright.
make-
Your turn done?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Alicia is going to loose 2 arrow shots against one against the Shield Guardian and then one against the Lich. Nice. Bad. So the first shot hits, dealing and then the right damage as well. Double that. So that plus that plus that plus that. So 10, 8. It was 18, 28, 34. Reduce that. Ting ting. Oh, ignore that. No, reduce that again. So do that. Yeah, there we go. So the arrow strikes true against the Shield Guardian, just wedging into one of its joints, and then a spark of lightning energy arcs across its body. But that's its turn. The arrow shoot against Lich misses. Vala moves forward. Where is she? And she's going to make 2 shots against my Lich with her rights. Wow. Wow. Why did I build this character so strong? Dealing that, which is that, plus that. So do that. That's 9 to 4. Plus that is 10. Plus that, which is down to that, which is 15. Yes. Okay. No, that's wrong. Sorry. Sorry. I'm working out immunities and such. So it's that and that. Doubled to... Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Worked it out. Dealing some damage again as the bolt hits the Lich, brushes it away, and as he does so, then the spark of fire energy strikes and then appears to do some form of damage. Aishi is going to make a death save. If I can find it. Then succeeds a save. Grimble is not really seeing much of a way right now to get towards the Lich because of the skull, the kind of skulls that surround it and his size. He's going to move round and just make some strikes against the Shield Guardian. That's not his bear form. One bite, one claw. First one missing. The second strike does hit, dealing 11 points of slashing damage. Okay, Zara's going to make a 2 longbow shots. first one, both against the Shield Guardian. Both of them, no, both of them do hit, with the right damage on top of that. 15. Doing some damage. Oh no, don't remove that much. There we go. Not too bad. Okay. Lichy Lich face. Looks around. You will all die. He holds out his hands.
Oh dear.
Size is probably. Sorry.
Fucking hell.
Spell.
Oh.
Counter spell.
Okay. You can count.
Yeah, I pull out the Dragon Crystal and just point it at him. Or, I don't know, activate it.
Okay, so
Probably
you've got a
chuck it
counter
at
spell
him.
written down for me, Charles, if you want to put it down.
Right, just that. If I can hit the rock.
That's a stupid cone. That is ridiculous.
So let me read counter spell. Your temperatures. Okay. If it's casting, make. Okay. So make me. Just make an ability check. Oh yeah, just make me a spell attack. No. Roll me a d20. And I'll work it out.
Roll d20 and add your intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You
And
try
we got
and
that.
launch out as our friend here casts his Cone of Cold spell, striking everyone within this area. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's going so easy.
Don't suppose I can use cutting words at this point, can I? It's a bit late now.
Unfortunately, because it's a save spell. It doesn't
Okay.
do anything
No.
against it.
Okay.
Never set this up properly. Okay, so ignore the DC. I'll tell you. I know what the DC is. So everybody
Aw.
in that cone: Kindar, Gustav, Ferris, Johanna, Alicia, Kazar, Hasai, Temerity, Duel. I will need you to make me Constitution saving throws.
Pia!
I think I'm dead.
Shit. Me and Ferris are both dead.
Wow. Okay, let's see how many people of mine I've killed. So, Kindar, con save. Not good. Johanna, con save. Yes.
Oh!
Bala's out of it. Kazar. Con save. So this one's for Kazar, this one's for Gustav. Alicia.
Johanna's going to be the one to kill it anyway, so...
Yeah, probably.
All
Have I
we've
done
got to do is
Kindar's?
swap.
Yeah, so Kindar takes 39 points of damage. Okay, so it was 39, wasn't it? So Kindar
Yeah.
takes 39 points of damage. Hasai, you take half that, so you are reduced 18, is that? No. 19 points of cold damage. So Duel, you take 39 points of damage. Hasai, you
Yep.
take 19 points of damage. Temerity and Ferris both take 39 points of damage. Kindar takes 39 points of damage. Johanna takes 19 points of damage. Gustav takes 19 points of damage. Kazar takes 19 points of damage. No, Kazar takes 39 points of damage. Alicia takes 39 points of damage.
Oh dear.
So, down. Down. So get rid of this. Duel, you're actually alive. I'm impressed.
Immortal.
Excellent.
So,
Ferris.
Ferris is dead. He just straight up dies.
Oh.
Oh my god.
So Ferris, lunging forwards after trying to bite away at this lich, annoyed, he draws his hands together into this, makes an arcane sigil in the air, pushes forwards as this burst of ice and death swirls out in a whirlwind of energy, Ferris, picked up in the blast, is knocked back flying, the length of the blast, landing at Temerity's feet. As the spell ends, Ferris is left there, frozen solid in a block of ice. The light no light seen from within his eyes. And Aishi takes a death save. Failure. I'm sorry, Temerity. I didn't want it to be this way. Well, I kind of
Bullshit.
did. I kind of did. And that's his turn. Johanna.
Cool.
What has she got? Come on. What spells did I give her? Oh god.
Oh, I need to do a con save on my lights.
Yes, it's fairy fire concentration as well.
Lights have gone.
I'll have a look.
I'm
Can't
just going to
remember.
move them over here. One over there, the rest I'll delete.
Yes, it is.
So if
What
you-
do I do?
Just make
Con
a
save.
constitution saving throw against the 39 points of damage you took. So, I think it's... Kyle, help me out here.
Half the total damage taken.
So
19.
19. So you
Yes!
succeed and you keep fairy fire running.
Fucking awesome.
You're glorious. Johanna stands up from behind her shield. Looks around. That wasn't very good, was it? Kind of shakes off the ice crystals. Looks around at her. Looks at her companions. Mace out in hand. You can see she looks at this guy. Yeah. Moves into the centre of the room and burns her 6th level spell and casts Mass Cure Wounds on the
Aw.
party. Let's find that. I think this is... bear with me 2 seconds. Yeah, sorry, 5th level spell. That's the top highest she's got. 3d8 plus that 2. Okay, so on to 6 creatures. So herself, Aishi, Kindar, Temerity. So sorry. Herself, Aishi, Kindar, Duel, Temerity, Hasai. All gain 19 points of
Wow.
as Aishi comes back to consciousness beneath the creature. She says, "You won't die on my watch." Oh fuck! She kind of then drops to a knee from the effort, losing Shield of Faith as well. Okay. Shield Guard. Shield Guardian.
Why would she lose Shield of Faith? It's not concentration.
Is it not? All right, she can keep it.
No, what I meant is the spell she cast isn't
No,
concentration.
I can't remember if Shield of Faith was concentration or not, but she was fine on the save, so I'm just gonna let her have it for now. Okay. As one of its legendary actions, the Lich is seeing this, is going to look at Johanna. Divine light in my tomb. We'll have none of that. And reaches out and casts a ray of frost at her. Now it's plus that. Sorry, I'm just. So I've kind of half met. Brain. Okay, I'm done. Let's do that. 1d20. That plus that plus that plus that. Let's just do that. Missing. Lashes out with a ray of frost towards Johanna, who just bats it away with her shield and just locks in a death stare. Okay, our Shield Guardian is going to take 2 swings, one against Kindar and one against Gustav. So Kindar, I think, misses.
I
Nope.
think Kindar sees that great.
It says 18, but for some reason he's got a +2 bonus on the +1 breastplate, so let's take that down to 17. And that does hit. So Kindar takes 8 points of bludgeoning damage and an additional 1d8 fire damage from the blazing molten fists. Gustav is just knocked flat to the ground. The flaming fist uppercuts him, sends him back, flying back 10 feet, knocks him onto his back, and you see his eyes roll into the back of his head as he takes a huge chunk of damage. Temerity.
I recast Hunter's Mark,
Okay.
and I'm gonna have at him from. Can I can't see him on my screen, but he has fairy fire still,
He's
right?
fairy
So I
fire,
should
so
be able to see him.
You're fine, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna move back a little bit then.
So I'll make him emit a little bit of light. There you go. Might be able to see him now. With advantage, because of the fairy fire, that does hit, dealing 36 points of piercing damage.
And fire. It's piercing and fire. 'Cause of the
Piercing
charge.
flame death. As you strike into it, and he forcefully staggers a step back.
Is he dead yet?
Not yet. He's then going to use another legendary action to look down at the prone monk at his feet and attack with another paralyzing touch. If I can find his sheet under all of my sheets. Cast that. Yep, that'll hit. So Aishi, as he lies on the floor, takes 6 points of cold damage and needs to do another con save. Fails the save and oh fuck! It's paralyzed against the floor again. Kindar is going to ignite his flaming his lightning energy across the great axe, taking a chunk of damage. But he don't care, and he's going to make 2 massive swings against this shield guardian in front of him. Do that. First attack misses, the second one hits. You can re-roll that d12 because it's a 1 because the Great Weapon Master. So 6 plus 5, that's 11. Add on the 1d6 right damage is another 3. So 6, 5, 11, 14 points of damage to the Shield Guardian as he carves another huge chunk down its chest. And these creatures are looking pretty beat up right now.
Oh yes, nice.
Duel.
Okay, so I am going to fucking go over here into this corner where hopefully no other cones can hit me, and I'm gonna cast. I'll go one more. I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery on the Lich because I want him to have disadvantage on his next attack roll.
Okay.
Are you going to bonus action melt the thingy?
Of course, yes. I grasp my fist and a pulse of heat emerges from the centre of him and takes another 8 off the Shield Guardian.
Fails to save.
Yes.
So it takes
Fucking
5 points of psychic damage and has disadvantage on its next.
You little shit.
On the next attack roll it makes.
Yes.
Okay. And you do an extra. You want to do a D8 towards the fire guy.
D8.
Yes, roll a
please.
D8.
Yeah. Okay.
An additional 2 points of damage to the Shield Guardian. A sigh.
Well.
Okay. Oh, try and move it if it'll bloody let me.
So you are walking through a wall just there, but.
I was trying not to.
Yep.
And I'm going to lightning bolt the fucker.
Okay.
I should be able to that angle and not hit anybody.
Cast your spell.
Okay. Let's see if I've got that one set up correctly.
Soon find out. as you point your finger out towards the Lich, and the Lich just sees you as you do it, waves his hand, and as your finger sparks, nothing.
Shit.
That must be annoying.
Yep.
Gustav's down, Ferris is down, Alicia's down. Vala is going to move forward and make another 2 strikes with her crossbows. Reloads, takes another 2 shots. First one does hit, dealing 12. Dealing. Take away that. Dealing some damage. Yep. Oh god. Maths is hurting my head. Just that much damage. Okay. Aishi, for his turn, he's unfortunately stuck on the floor. He's going to give him a con save to try and get out of it. And he fails. Grimble is going to go ahead and at the end of his turn, I'm going to use a legendary action to cast a Ray of Frost against Hasai. So let's just see if it hits first. I'm doing this manually because I see the sheet's fucked up. So that's an 18 to hit.
Okay, I'm casting shield.
Does shield work against spell attacks?
Let's see, why not? It's +5 to AC.
Okay. You cast shield and no effect. Okay. Grimble is going to use a bite and claw attack against our shieldy friend and deals a considerable chunk of damage, ripping parts of the plates that make this shield guard together. Bites one off, claws at its innards, dealing 21 points of damage. Kazar is down. Lich is going to, infuriated by your impertinence, Asai, he's going to point. He raises a finger, points at you, and this small bead of almost thread-like energy, you've seen this before, launches from his finger towards you.
Avada Kedavra.
Avada Kedavra. If I can find the spell that I've got. Need a con save from you.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
That's going to end badly.
Oh.
Asai,
God.
unfortunately, as you raise your shield, deflecting the ray of frost, he turns and locks eyes with you, points out, "You dare defy your lord," and his beam shoots out, striking Asai in the chest. The rest of you turn and look. Asai's there,
That's insta-death.
and his body turns to ash and just disintegrates into a pile of nothingness on the floor. You can almost see in his eyes as they just glaze over, and nothing. No body. Nothing remains. Nothing
Shit.
but a small
God.
item there. The only thing left on his body, you can just see on top of the ash, is the rapier sits atop his body, untouched. Johanna, it's turn. She turns,
Fucking hell.
sees this, and you can almost see the divine energy flares around her, and she goes, "Oh no, you didn't!" And she rushes forth, swinging her mace of disruption at this creature. The first one misses. The second mace strike strikes the creature across the face, and she adds, doing an additional. So the mace does the radiant damage, and she then adds divine smite on top of it, dealing 21 points of divine damage to this creature. As a legendary action, the creature is then going to reach out with its clawed fingers and try to grab Johanna. And successfully does so.
Does he have disadvantage because of
Because of my cutting,
Because
because my
cutting-
vicious
Because of that,
mockery.
yes.
right?
So disadvantage,
Oh,
natural
nice.
1 as he reaches out and Johanna just bats it away with the shield.
Oh,
Not today.
oh, thank God.
Jeez.
Shield Guardian sensing its master's in trouble, decides to deal with its threats as quick as possible. He launches a fist attack against Kindar, and another against Kindar, striking, dealing 8 points of bludgeoning damage. The molten metal heating then stings again, dealing an additional 6 points of fire damage as Kindar is smacked to the ground, scorching across his face, and he's knocked unconscious. Temerity, what do you want to do?
First I want to kill him.
First, you'd like to kill him, okay?
Yes, so let me click that button.
Okay,
Nice.
that's everything, yeah?
He's dead, right?
So, Temerity, you loose your arrow. You see Ferris in front of you, encased in just a block of icy death. You look, you just stare this creature down. You fire your arrow. How do you want to do this?
Oh my God!
Oh, fuck. I don't even know. I'm stepping forward to him, so I'm next to Ferris. I just let go, and as he's coming down for another swing at Johanna, I'm gonna go through his hand and right through his face.
Okay, so Temerity steps forward, purpose in his strides, as he draws the arrow from his quiver, knocking it. As he pulls it back, the arrow ignites into a bolt of flaming energy. The Lich reaches out to grab Johanna. She knocks the arm back. As he does so, the Lich reaches back, almost recoiling. As he reaches the perfect moment, Temerity sees his shot. He takes it. He looses the arrow. It soars over Aishi. He just sees the arrow from his very narrow perspective. Just shoots past him. The arrow impacts the Lich in the front of the hand, striking it, penetrating through. The arrow carries on going with the hand. He then backhands himself across the face with an arrow in it. The arrow and the force keep going. The Lich pushed backwards by the sheer force, all the way to the back of the room, where he is impaled, face and arm, against the wall in front of the wall behind him. And the bright burning fires that made up his eyes cease. They flicker. They die. And then the body goes limp. The Shield Guardian, with its master's demise, almost like a powerless robot, just drops to its knees and returns to this horrible hunk of smouldering metal on the floor. The heat from the heat metal spell that's been regularly pulsing through it begins to ravage the components inside, just melting it down into this horrible gloopy mess of iron and steel. And a strange quiet descends on the tomb. The only sounds, the flickering, the shuddering flies of the braziers around the room, just shudder and wink out, leaving the room in darkness. What do you want to do?
I just fall to the ground at Ferris and like bring him in for a cold hug, as he is apparently frozen.
So Ferris encased in this block of thick ice, but you still managed to pull him towards you and embrace your fallen comrade. Aishi manages to shake himself, eventually frees himself from the paralysing touch as the Lich dies, and stands up to survey the scene, not saying anything, just drops into a prayer. Johanna walks over towards the remains, the ashy pile that was once Asai. Drops to her knees, and you can see she tries. Her hand flickers with divine energy, but there's nothing there to revive, and she sobs. Picks up the rapier and just holds it tight. Vala wordlessly wanders over to her fallen comrades. Begins doing what she can to administer and treat their wounds, binding bleeding cuts and removing icy burns. Grimble quickly drops out of his animalistic form, runs and kneels down towards Kindar, who he had never really held much fondness for. He does hesitate, but he casts a level 2 cure wounds, returning the half orc to consciousness, saving him. Ooh, not to 89 health. He rises to his feet. All of this done, almost silence. The only sounds that could be heard are the tearing of bandages, the sobbing of Johanna, and the quiet prayers and chanting of Aishi. And that, my friends, is where we'll end our session for the day.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Just so you know, I can bring Ferris back to life.
Yeah. No, I'm aware, don't worry.
I'm just making sure that when you make me an NPC, Ferris is there.
Ferris is there. He will be there. He will roam the lands.
Oh my god.
You're muted,
Charles,
Charles.
are muted.
I think technically her Sai can be brought back, but only by a very high level cleric.
A true resurrection spell can revive you, or a wish spell.
Yeah. A level 9 spell will bring you back.
In the meantime, I would like to place a croissant on the pile of ash. In memoriam.
Yeah.
You almost hear a whisper on the wind. Why didn't you do that earlier?
I'm like, for fuck's sake, it wouldn't have helped then either.
True. Yes, True Resurrection is a 9th level spell which requires 2,500 GP worth of items. And you can do it, but you can do it if the creature has been dead for no less than 200 years.
Oh, so we've got ages.
So, in the extended universe, Johanna will survive and continue, and maybe they go off on a quest to revive Asai, and he returns one
That would
day.
be good. Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a one-shot on it one day.
That would be good, actually, yeah. Charles could play Johanna.
So, yeah. So, guys, I don't know. Let me just drop some light in here now. There we go.
Can we at least find his phylactery and legitimately kill this guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't do that, he's coming back.
The group of you, as a few minutes pass, Vala has tended to the wounds of her comrades, stabilised them via the administration of simple tonics and hope potions. They're back on their feet. As soon moments pass in silence, and you hear it starts off as a low rumble, and it gets louder the ground begins to shake. Chunks of dust and debris from the ceiling start to rain down as the rumbling gets stronger and stronger. You can see cracks start forming along the walls, along the floors. Johanna turns to and Vala give it a look. We need to get out of here. They grab the fallen, those that struggle to walk, bring them to their feet, and they begin to dash out of the cavern, down through the systems. Do you follow?
We have to pick up Hasai, but yes.
Well, there is no Hasai.
Is there nothing left of him? Not even like ash or...
The sword.
There is
The
a
sword.
sword.
Alright, okay, let's go.
Doesn't he also have a bag of holding? Shouldn't that be
And the bag of holding. You gather up Hasai's things. You loot Hasai. Johanna's still clutching the rapier in one hand as you start to run. The floor becomes uneven. You hear a judder, and the entire cavern cracks up to one side. Some people nearly losing their breath, but running forwards. Chunks of rock dropping from the ceiling. Huge cracks forming along the walls, the ceilings, all the way around. You run down the various levels, back through the laboratories, the construction zones, the catacombs, until you're outside the front. And when you get out, you turn and you can see the ziggurat itself now glows with a dark, sickly light and pulses as the cavern itself is shuddering and shaking. The chunks of the cavern roof are now begin collapsing down. Large rocks jumping in, smashing in sections of this obsidian ziggurat as it begins to slowly shudder and implode on itself. And drops further down, deeper and deeper and deeper under the ground, until all you see, minutes pass of this, and the entire ziggurat system cracks, implodes, and drops deep below the cavern system into the abyss below, vanishing from sight. Moments pass, the shuddering stops, the cavern seems stable, but it's disappeared into the darkness. And that's where we're in the session. So,
Dear.
I hope the three of you enjoyed that.
Yes.
Apologies, Charles, but you pissed him off. If you'd just taken the ray of frost to the face, you might still be alive. But you're not. But don't worry, we're now going to have a mini-series of Johanna and friends as she runs off gathering monies and gems and finding the ultimate cleric. But yeah, unfortunately that is going to be the last session of this adventure. There may be one-shots in the future. Your characters will live on as NPCs in the persistent universe, be it in the game you may join, you may not, depending on how it goes, but like I said, I will keep in contact with you and let you know what's going on. But fear not, the characters have not been created in vain, and only one of you died.
Well, thank you very much. I've really enjoyed it, for one. Like, the story's been awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. A lot of it was very experimental, a lot bodged, but such is the life of D&D. I've learned a lot from running this, from working with you guys, and playing these along for the last, God knows, 10 months, nearly 10, 11 months it's been. It's the longest running group that I've ever done. And it is very sorrowful to see it kind of come to kind of a close, but with like a cliffhanger ... to be continued at the end.
It was a good end, definitely. I enjoyed it.
This was a lot of fun.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, so sad.
It is sad, but Ferris will return. Hasai may return. Depends how much money
Probably
Johanna
not.
can get salvaged up. Maybe he's in the sword. You'll never know.
Yeah.
A talking, annoying sword.
Oh my god, I just found. Okay, Charles, for the other game, the cursed sword that the Baron got. It was you. But no, that's it. Unfortunately, I have nothing more for you, and no, you don't get to loot the place. It crashed in. and I didn't prepare a loot table.
Why do I just have visions of a Sai coming back as a dancing sword with bad attitude?
Oh, I love it. The most sarcastic, emo dancing sword ever created. Who has a deep longing for baked goods but no mouth to eat them. And he's
You have to
angry
carry
about
croissants around to like get him to do things.
it. You have to
Offer
sacrifice
advice.
a croissant to him in order to allow so he will actually act for you. It's a spell
The only way that
component.
you can cut it is that you have to cut it so that you can taste it.
So we'll talk about that one later, Charles, and things we can do with that. But more stuff will be going on. There's nothing more that I can say that I really can't. So any of you watching that, we actually have viewers this time. So thank you to especially Celtic for following along. Not the team, he's actually a person. Well, he might be a person, he could be a dog for all I know. But to all of you who've I'm looking at the camera, but I'm not actually videoed
Oh, we
onto
know
the
the
stream.
team follow us.
Maybe. But I forgot what I was going to say now. But yes, for those of you, if you do enjoy the stream and stuff, there is more stuff coming from myself and hopefully these guys as well, in maybe in slightly different formats and things. But this entire thing is available on VODs and on YouTube as well. But I do run a weekly game on Wednesdays, kind of similar to this. So if you enjoy this kind of stuff, then jump in and have a look. There's stuff there, and like I said to these guys, there's probably something new coming up in the next month or so. So for those watching at home, thank you very much. And if Corey or Daz or Charlie, if you're watching this as well, Corey, I'm sorry that you didn't actually get a single attack round in that entire fight. That's not because you didn't turn up. It wasn't salty revenge at all. However, you do far too much damage. Especially against the guy where you pumped out 50 odd points of damage or something stupid like I can't have that. Temerity's bad enough. Fucking hell. Daz, if you watch this, sorry you couldn't make it, but you survived. Grimble took no damage in the entire fight.
You did well.
Grimble took no tire damage in the last 2 episodes. So he's perfectly fine. And Charlie, you nearly died, but you didn't. So it's all right. So, thank you very much to...
The climactic fight has sided fuck all.
Asai cast a chromatic orb, and he attempted to counterspell the Cone of Cold, which could have gone really, really well. But it didn't. So you tried.
That's all that matters.
Exactly. So I'm going to terminate the stream now, so thank you very much for the streamers. I'll put the Skype message on because everyone's on web. You're going to wave and say goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
And look for more stuff coming soon. See you later.